think everything is all set up. I think I did the changes I wanted to for this stream, which I'm super excited about. I'm debating between telling it to you guys right off the bat what I did and just letting you guys find out as you're looking through some things. But hello and welcome on in. Let's see. Oh, it even can you guys look at? Yeah, you guys can see. What first one? Hi Chatty Maddie, hi Zoe, hi Aria, hi Heidenheart. Oh my goodness, we have quite a crew over here. Hello and welcome everybody. But yeah, if you guys look at that, we do have the focus. You guys noticing anything missing? The sound alerts in the chat already let you know there is a certain sound alert that or not sound alert, but a certain text to speech thing that is not working today. Mila, when you are playing games? Oh, that sounds fun. Geez, I wish. Also, for anyone tuning in here, did you guys see my new fridge? Did you guys see my fridge? Doesn't it look so nice? Doesn't it look so nice and amazing? Anyway, yeah, the text-to-speech isn't working today. I guess Baby Raccoon didn't show up for their shift today for text-to-speech, but look at my new fridge. Look at my new amazing fridge. Hi, Roots. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you actually tuned in today. Hi, Roots. Hi, Zoe. Yeah, is everyone seeing my new fridge? With this amazing kit. Actually, fun fact, it was actually Roots who designed this missing poster. Roots actually made it. Yeah, thank you. It's such a nice, neat fridge. It's only lightly used. There was a lot of like pineapple pizzas in it or something, like Hawaiian pizzas, and I threw that right out. That was ugh. Who would want that? Oh, nice fridge credit. I'm sure you're proud of it. I'm super proud of it. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, totally don't worry about the lack of text-to-speech today. It's, man, Baby Raccoon just didn't show up for their shift today, and I have a new fridge, and oh, thank you for the hydrate or dihydrate. Here's your sippy. I have a really big glass of water today, so hold on, here's your sippy. That way I can be good in a good cryptid and actually be hydrating properly and not having soda. But otherwise, we already have the first one that we're working on today. I know, it's such a rare thing for Roots to actually turn up. For all my newer raccoons, the username Knitbone is Roots. So I'm Cryptid, they're Roots. That's Roots over there. That's Commander Roots. So yeah, Commander Roots actually helped make the missing poster over here. Nothing to worry about. No, don't worry about it. Yeah, for the fucking hell. The document title here. Let me see if I can zoom out and let people see it. For this query letter. Can I show it? It says fucking hell. It's so funny. Writing query lists, there's a lot of hard work. It's scary. But yeah, everyone say hi to Roots. Everyone, don't worry about Baby Raccoon. I'm sure they're fine. They just didn't show up to work today. Actually, who was it the other day that that made me yeet Baby Raccoon? What happened right before we had the last sighting of Baby Raccoon? Wasn't it who did that last focus redeem? That was like the last one before I drove over the edge. Wasn't it? It's on the tip of my tongue. It starts with like an A. Wasn't it a certain Aria? You think it was me? Yeah. I wanted to see if I could joke you and be like, tee hee hee, I'm gonna poke fun at Aria for a second. I'm sorry, it was a mistake. Oh my goodness. You sent the photo at 9:29. Ooh, oh wait. But I know you're saying you think you feel better about this than you did before? Let's see, let me see. What's in the Discord here? I'm popping it up real quick on my screen, trying to see what's up. Oh, is it for the news? You guys are already freaking out about it in the Discord. What? Area. You could randomly get yeeted? What are you talking about? See, no, it's fine. That was unrelated. The fact that that was his last sighting is unrelated to the fact Baby Raccoon's missing. Thank you for the 30 stream streak. Sad day for this. Yeah, anyway, it's so crazy that that was the last sighting we had of Baby Raccoon. It's totally unrelated to the fact that they're missing. Totally unrelated. Anyway. This is such an I plead to fit. Alrighty, is everyone ready? I already had the thing up today. I was so ready to get focused, and then instead I was like, oh yeah, teehee. I have a new fridge to show off to everybody. I have a new fridge. It has a little poster already on it. Like, man. Man, what a fun day. What a fun day for me over here. What about the baby superstar? Baby the baby? Baby he baby? The baby raccoon? Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He didn't show up for the shift today to do text-to-speech. So now you guys don't get text-to-speech. Baby, no baby. Why is hydrate suddenly so expensive? I don't think I messed with hydrate. I was just messing with the text-to-speech. If I accidentally click something with the hydrate, then, oopsie, my bad. My bad with that one. I didn't think I messed with that one. Let me take a sippy real quick. It's just 850. You guys, some of you guys have like multiple tens of thousands of points, okay? Okay, here's your sippy. I'm gonna mute real quick while I cough. Okay, I'm back. The letter is also taking some Reddit advice into account. All the advice. So that's what everyone, now that we had our little shits and giggles in the beginning over here, we all got to put on our serious thinking caps. This is the ever so important query letter. We got to help Hyde and Hart, our so far one and only Coyote Guard member, to be a world famous author. Okay, this is serious business. Alrighty. Reverend Seraphim is a 90,000 word adult post-apocalyptic fantasy romance. There is a comma right here. I don't know if you need the comma. Your thinking cap got lost in Albania? Oh no. Which one was Allison? I don't remember their names. There was was it the goth one that suddenly turned more like perky, had that like the quote unquote makeover glow up, but it was not a glow up makeover. The weird girl one. That's right, the goth one. Yeah, that rude. That's one of the prime examples of when they like do a glow up or a makeover, quote unquote, for a character in a movie, and it just, they looked better beforehand. What are you doing? So yeah, anyway, I think the comma. It's 90,000 word adult post-apocalyptic fantasy romance. Sam survived growing up in a demon-infested wasteland by never staying in one place. Through radioactive ruins and untamed wilds, she scavenged and scraped a living. Her advantage is a brand, received in childhood, that burns when demons are near. She arrives in a settlement in time to witness the public hanging of a raider. It's then attacked by terrifying immortals, sealed to ancient demons. They burn the settlement to free the raider and capture Sam. She's marked with the potential to bond a demon, and they want to build an army of them. Dun dun dun. My thinking cap was cut down, broken apart, splayed across the stars, and grinded down into the very sparks cried for mercy. Damn! So sad. Chatty Matty's over here. His thinking cap was found by Voldemort. Everything. Oh my god. You guys, what are you guys doing with your thinking caps? Where are you leaving them that such horrible things happen to them? So let's see. So the fact that she arrives in a settlement to witness the public hanging of a raider, I'm not sure that's the part that's the most important part. And then also, it's then attacked. Since the last part of it was the public hanging of a raider and not the settlement, the it's here, I know you're trying to refer to as the settlement is then attacked by terrifying immortals. But because the last thing was mentioned was the public hanging of a raider, it sounds like that's the it's. So that throws it off slightly. So let's see. So even here, I don't really think the public hanging mattered in the greater scheme of things for talking about this, right? But she arrives in a settlement before it's attacked by terrifying immortals sealed to ancient demons. That's the bit, right? I think that's kind of how these two should be merged, at least in my brain. They burn the settlement to free the raider. I'm not sure if we need and capture Sam. She's marked with the potential to bond. Should it be to a demon? Not bond a demon, bond to a demon. And they want to build an army of them. To the now freed raider, Elias, Sam is the first person he's felt in a century. The demon in his head has robbed him of physical touch. His fascination with her warmth soon spirals into a deadly obsession. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. You're not first again. The stream starts at the same time every night. It starts at 9:30 if I'm not like a minute or two late. Like my thinking cap. I don't think, therefore I aren't. My thinking cap is wearing a dunce cap sitting in the corner. Oh my god. You're taking notes here. Okay, good. You're all good. Okay, this is just into a deadly obsession. Adam, his leader, forbids relationships and love in the warband. Rather than his leader, because again, you're just telling me that this I would maybe say the demonic leader, the demon's leader. Adam, the demon's leader, forbids relationships and love in the warband. It's a very technical thing, but it just makes it make flow like a little bit more sense. It helps the logic a little bit more. The understanding more. There we go. And love in the warband. He controls their demons with unbreakable commands and forces the raiders to carry them out. Sam uses Elias's feeling to manipulate him into helping her. He agrees, but can only free her once they reach their home base due to Adam's command. Along the way, her fake feelings start to become real, and she learns that her brand connects her to Adam. The only way to free herself is to steal the source of his power, a fabled grimoire. Blah, 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 blah. She forms a plan with Elias and other allies. The price of failure is execution for Elias, and eternal servitude for Sam. Set in the Rocky Mountains 117 years after the apocalypse, with open-door romance. Fans of Daniel L. Jensen's A Fate Inked in Blood and Jennifer L. I'm gonna say that name wrong. Flesh and Fire series will love the steamy, possessive tension and forbidden romance. It evokes the gritty wasteland and survivalist heroine of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Saga? Yeah. Revenant Seraphim is a standalone novel with the potential to continue. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, government name, writing as L. Von Hammer. I think, tell me if I'm wrong, because I could be fucking wrong, I'll admit this. I think when it's the titles, like Flesh and Fire, A Fate Inked in Blood, aren't they italicized? That way it reads a little bit easier. I would love to meet government. Remember in is it Parks and Recs when Ron Swanson has a kid, and it's like first name I forget what the kid's first and last name is, but it's like middle name redacted. Like that's the big for Ron. He literally says a lot, middle name redacted. Oh, it just didn't format when I pasted it. Got it. Perfect. I was like over here, like, wait, it would read a bit smoother if this was italicized or something. But got it. Okay, as long as it is in the original thing. So sorry, I'm being quiet right now. It's just thinking. I'm thinking. I'm putting my thinking cap on. That's the hard part. I really like set in the Rocky Mountains 117 years after the apocalypse. I wonder, this is maybe a matter of taste, and I admit it. I really like this. Set in the Rocky Mountains 117 years after the apocalypse, Sam survived growing up in a demon-infested wasteland by never staying in one place. Is that a little wordy? Like, does it maybe have to be split up a little bit? Yeah. But I do like this being somewhere up here. The radioactive ruins and untamed wild, she scavenged and scraped a living. Her advantage is a brand received in childhood that burns when demons are near. I wonder if maybe you could put her only advantage as a brand. Her only advantage as a brand. A mark received in childhood. That way we know it's a mark. Because you can also like have a like metal branding. So a birthmark received in childhood, or a mark received in childhood that burns when demons are near. Yeah, I think the comps are still okay down here, just that one part. Set in the Rocky Mountains 117 years after the apocalypse. I feel like that would be really good up here when we're learning about the world. I know it always says like it's a post-apocalyptic fantasy here, but it would be, I think that particular line would be good up here. She arrives in a settlement in time to witness the public hanging of a raider. I think this is one paragraph. This is another paragraph. I think this is one paragraph altogether. It should be two. Two different paragraphs. They're talking about two different things. Sorry, my model was frozen. I was getting really close to the monitor. Oh my goodness. Because I was focusing. I have my serious thinking cap on. I'm like going full nitpicky on this. I gotta be full nitpicky to help you out. Because this is talking about Sam and the setting the stage. This is now actually the beginning of the plot. So that's why I think it's two different paragraphs. Hi, Trickster! Y'all think Baby Raccoon got sent to the void? Trademarked? GM. What? No, I'm sure they're fine. Everything's fine. You guys saw Baby Raccoon just not yesterday. Last stream, just 2 days ago. How's the weekend? Oh, it's been so good, Trickster. Look, I have a fridge. It's my fridge now. Look at this. Look at Cryptid's fridge. I got rid of all this junk that was stored in there, that like all those pineapple pizza stuff. I got rid of that. We don't need that. I don't know who had so much pineapple pizza in there. Just blah. And let's see. There is so much conflicting advice about these letters, and that's why it's stressful. That YouTuber I mentioned mentioned 3 paragraphs. Oh, I see. So you're trying to keep it with that. Got it. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. I see it. I would say if there's someone like better qualified than me to give advice, and we have conflicting advice, I would go with the other person. I'm fully I know where I rank in the advice totem pole. I know my strengths. I also know my flaws and weaknesses. And I always say if there's someone more credited than me in something, I go with them instead. Full disclosure. Honestly, I respect you so much for actually going through the migraine. That is the proper publication process. I took a shortcut and did self-publishing. I think it's just doing whatever you think best serves you. I always say I think some people, and not all people, and I'm not saying this about you, I'm saying some people. I think some people are hesitant or scared to try the traditional publishing route, and it's generally just to try. If it doesn't work, then hey, you can always go back to self-publishing. It's not the end of the world. But I think some people are too scared to try traditional publishing, even if their book is easily marketable, it fits in a certain genre, it's easily goes to market, it's pretty good quality. Some of them are still scared because they're afraid of rejection. But then they self-publish, and I'm like, you're still gonna get rejections. You're still gonna get people giving you like bad reviews or 1-star reviews or talking shit. That's still rejection. You just didn't want to get rejected by like these particular people. If you're facing the possibility of rejection and critique anyway, which you always will when you put work out into the public, you're leaving things to be critiqued by the public. It's just one of them. The public might not give you any dollars. A traditional publishing house, hey, they'll give you a couple $1,000s. That ain't bad. I had my friends edit my book, made the cover art in Canva, and didn't even try marketing. Right. And it's the thing. Some publishing houses, unless you're already like kind of famous or they think it's a huge thing, they won't give you too much marketing. They still give you a small marketing budget, right? They still want it to sell, but it's not going to be anything huge. They still expect, even in the traditional route, for you to do some marketing and promotion and stuff. But they do give you a little help up, little stand up there. I have 2 days before I can also post it on Reddit again, so if they say the same as you, then I will split it up. I don't have the money for editing and cover art and marketing. Yep, it's true. It's the whole thing. I had my, yeah. Reviews are way more mean and harsh than an agent. My friend goes to an art college in New York, and he's been doing an online comic for a while. About a year, I think. He only has the first 3 out right now. That's super cool. Yeah, I definitely think comics definitely have their place in readership online, especially because for traditional publishing for comics is a little different. You're talking about like weekly or monthly comic runs. It's an insane pace if you want to be in like official quote-unquote comics. Did the varmint go missing? Yeah, he didn't show up for work today, so even if you look, you guys don't get a text-to-speech today because baby Raccoon didn't show up for their shift. But look at my amazing fridge. Look at my amazing fridge. It's great. Look at my new fridge. Let's see, hold on, sorry, I'm being quiet because I'm reading again. To bond to a demon. She's marked with the potential to bond to a demon. And Adam wants to build an army of them. I think the they here is a little too vague. So I think maybe mentioning Adam here is a little... She's marked with the potential to bond to a demon. And Adam wants to build an army of them. That would be wants then to go along with Adam. So if we got rid of the hanging raider right here, because I didn't think it was too relevant, I might change this description of Elias to the now freed raider to he's the... Oh wait. Oh, wasn't a 5-second ad. I'm sorry. I was busy on volunteer work cleaning some yards. Oh, awesome, doing some volunteer work. That's amazing. Speak them too, and I'm afraid they are biased. Yeah, that's the problem with real life people, right? especially if you know them. So I would change that to the now freed raider, because my suggestion was to get rid of it. Oh, hey, thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. And hey, welcome on in, raiders. Welcome, raiders. Hello, and welcome on in. Yeah, go have some dinner. Go fill up your tummy. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, Moth in the Archive. That's so sweet of you. So, to everyone new here, everyone hanging out, this is a super cool special critique, because this one's actually a query letter. We're putting on our thinking caps, and we're going through this query letter line by line, giving any advice we can to try and make this thing shine and be all nice and polished, so that way our favorite hide and heart here in chat can be a famous author one day. Oh shit, I forgot about the Cryptid Hunters. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much for the hydrated diet here. Here's your sippy. Alrighty. So with that, I was thinking this particular line up here, I don't think is super important, but it comes back here. I would change to the now freed raider. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Everyone, move your neck back and forth. Up and down, right? We gotta stretch our skeletons. Gotta keep them in shape. You guys want in shape skeletons, right? The model's doing it with you. Move your neck around. It's good for you. You're going from the moon to Mercury? You're running to Mercury? What's a raccoon running to Mercury? Is there a road there? Is it just like the road runner? Just running super fast, your legs are just a blur? Hi nerd, it's good to see you. When I was writing the beta server, my best friend was hooked and I was showing her all the new chapters once I finished writing them. That sounds super cool. That's super nice of your friend to be so supportive and encouraging. Alrighty. So as I was saying, to the now freed raider, I think I would change that to the how is it phrased in the book? The like demon avatar, the demon avatar host, the demon host of Asmodeus, Elias. Sam is the first person he's felt in a century. The demon in his head has robbed him of physical touch. Harold. There we go. Yeah, I get you. Got it. Perfect. Harold. Wait, pop up. Get out of here. His fascination with her warmth soon spirals into a deadly obsession. Adam, the demon's leader, forbids relationships and love in the warband. He controls their demons with unbreakable commands and forces the raiders to carry them out. So here, because if you do my edits, and this is an if, right? If you do my edit of like with the raider, and then changing this to what demon he is, then when it gets to here, at this point, if those two fixes are done, then they don't know what raiders are. So I would even change this here to enforces the demon army to carry them out. Or the demon warband, like however you want to do it, but I would just change it here. I think the technical wording, as in like, hey, there are raiders in this post-apocalypse and what the raiders are and all the different stuff. I think you can learn that in the book. Bye, Arya. We'll see you back in a little bit. But the cool thing from the synopsis, right, is like, hey, yeah, it's a demon army in the post-apocalypse. So I would change some of the stuff here just to be more like, oh yeah, like that sounds cool. So that there's this demon. Make it easily to understand without having learned too much of the terminology from, you know what I mean? But that's how my brain wants to work. That's how my brain wants to do it. Let's see. Some people are like, you shouldn't use in-world terms, so that tripped me up a little. If it's like, if it's, that's what I'm saying, like, raiders compared to, like, just, it's the demon army. This, Adam's controlling demons, demon heralds, demon avatars, people possessed by demons. That's the easily to understand bit, to get that point across. If it, like, the whole entire thing is wait, it's hard to explain. Like her being marked, you know, with a capital M, that's kind of like a unique thing. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you can use mark. It just, I don't know how else to explain it. Wait. My brain understands the concept, it's just hard to explain it. So Sam uses Elias's feelings to manipulate him into helping her. He agrees, but he can only free her once they reach their home base due to Adam's command. So the demon possessed Elias. Along the way, her fake feelings start to become real, and she learns that her brand connects her to Adam. The only way to free herself is to steal the source of his power, a fabled grimoire. She forms a plan with Elias and other allies. The price of failure is execution for Elias and eternal servitude for Sam. So let me see here. Hold on. This one I think can be oofed up to the next level. Yeah! Yeah. Nerd. This is Heinz thing. This is draft 2. We're going over draft 2. What's that? Also, hi Mako. Is it Mako Cam or just Mako? Okay. What's sorry, I take my glasses off for streaming. Firmers? I don't know what that means. Maybe I do know what it is, but I just don't know it by that word. But you gotta explain it. You gotta spell it out for me a bit better, cause oof, my blue brain cell does not get it right now. So Sam uses Elias' things to manipulate him into helping her. I think maybe Sam like wanting freedom, trying desperately to escape. Sam hatches a plan, uses Elias's feelings to manipulate him into helping her. Something a little oomph here, because others are like, oh yeah, Sam uses his feelings to help her. That's not a very exciting thing, but Sam devises a plan of escape, using Elias's feelings to manipulate him to help her. So that kind of oomps the plot a little bit more. That makes it a little bit more of an exciting sentence. Something like that. I think that will grab the reader's attention a bit more. Here, I'm not sold on this line. He agrees, but can only free her once they reach their home base due to Adam's command. I don't think we need that one. It's a term we have for words that mean something in the world of the book, but we haven't been introduced to yet, so we don't know what it is. Oh, they had a move recently? Oh my goodness, Vast, I hope you had a good move. But yeah, Mako, in that case... yeah, that's kind of... There's like certain rules for it, like if the entire thing is like the main... Like if the title of the book is, I don't know, Divergent. This is gonna sound stupid because I didn't read the Divergent series. If the title of the book is Divergent, and the person is a chosen Divergent, then I think you can use it in here. But if there's other words for the world building, like a Schnifflewurfel or a Thizzablam, or that, I wouldn't explain all those. I think like if it's the main big one about the main character, I'm like, okay, you can explain that word really quick. But otherwise, don't get lost in it. Just explain it in basic common words. Don't get too lost in the sauce trying to use in-world language usage when no one else who hasn't read the book would understand it yet. Like the demon raiders are called revenants. So yeah, I wouldn't use revenants unless you explain it. I think since... Maybe I'm picky about it. Since Revenant Seraphim... What do you guys think? Is Revenant's okay to use for a demon book when we're talking about demons? I'm not sure. Maybe it's Magist. I don't know. Revenants can also be misunderstood to be as something else. That's true. We don't want to confuse. So yeah, maybe just explain them as demons. They're people bonded to demons. The people possessed by demons. 90 keywords is a lot. It depends. It definitely depends on the genre. It's a nice book, though. So let's see. Hold on. Where was I? So Sam, wanting to escape, hatching a plan, devising a way out, uses Elias's feelings to manipulate him into helping her. Personal bias here. I will get rid of this line. Along the way, her fake feelings start to become real, and she learns that her brand connects her to Adam. It's the brand part. It's the brand part. What's another way to mention? Because it's like a physical mark in her flesh. That she's got in childhood. It's not a birthmark, but she got it in childhood. What's another way to say that other than brand? Because I'm also worried. I'm like, oh, does this brand convey it right? In Mortal Kombat, revenants come from the hell-like realm. Isn't there a Mortal Kombat movie coming out? Already out? I don't know. I saw something about it. I think I've seen advertisements for it. On genre, on plot density, on how the characters carry the story, it all depends, really. Scar, symbol? Okay. Scar might work. Look at her fake feelings start to become real. And she learns that her scar connects her to Adam. I don't know if I like Scar either. Sorry, that was a lot of quiet. That was dead air for a second. I was thinking. I don't like being too silent on chat because I always think that's boring. But yeah, not sure about Scar or brand here. Connects her to Adam. The only way to free herself is to steal the source of his power, a fabled grimoire. This one, I could be wrong. I think it should be a hyphen. Like the little dash, the little line thingamajig. I don't like Scar. I don't like brand. Along the way, her fake feelings start to become real, and she learns that her mark connects her to Adam. Mark's okay. Yeah, here. From source of his power, instead of a comma, I think it should be a little hyphen, a little dash, a little thingamajig. A fabled grimoire. I don't think it should be a comma. I think it should be that little line hyphen. She forms a plan with Elias and other allies. The price of failure is execution for Elias and eternal servitude for Sam. And then this line, I said I wanted it earlier. So if this line is used earlier, if you take that advice, the open door romance kind of gets cut because that doesn't even have a place to be anymore. So then it would just, this paragraph would just be fans of Daniel L. Jensen's A Fate Inked in Blood and Jennifer L. Armentrout's Flesh and Fire series will love the steamy, possessive tension and forbidden romance. It evokes the gritty wasteland and survivalist heroine of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Revenant Seraphim is a standalone novel with the potential to continue. Is it potential to continue or potential for multi-book series, potential for serialization? I don't know. Something like that one. But otherwise... Hold on, I'm stretching. Gotta stretch my skeleton. Potential for series is used as well. Okay. Not grow. Serialize, maybe. It's a standalone novel with the potential to expand a series, something like that. Just I wouldn't say to continue. I would say for like serialization, for series, for a multi-book saga, for a sequel. Not capitalize. What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. But yeah, rephrase that one slightly. That was a whole lot of notes. I know you said you were marking the notes down. So first, before I try to recap them, was there anything you missed? Was there anything you wanted to... Oh, hey, thank you so much. And hey, I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid Cult. Is there anything you wanted to ask questions about me? Something that you didn't fully understand, that you were like, wait, Cryptid said something here, but I don't know what the fuck she was saying. Cryptid was just saying words. I don't know what that blue words meant. I'm excited though. This is looking, I think this is a huge step up from the last one. This is really, really good. Okay, you understand what I'm talking about? Perfect, perfect. So, and you have to save the VOD though. You're all good. It will be here on Twitch for a while. You can just zoom to this section of it. And then again, after this is over, I'll start working on sending it over to the VOD's channel too. So if you don't have a lot of storage space on your computer to save the VOD, it will be in other areas. Don't worry about it. So just as a quick recap for everyone else joining us, I think I said, oh, thank you so much for the bits. That's so kind of you. Gotta go do the unfun things. Oh, Mako, hey, be a brave raccoon doing all the unfun things, doing all the boring adult stuff. Have a great day, have a great night, and thank you so much for stopping by. So as a quick recap, just for my own brain, I said take this part. Set in the Rocky Mountains 117 years after the apocalypse, Sam survived growing up in a demon-infested wasteland by never staying in one place. The radioactive ruins and untamed wilds she scavenged and scraped a living. Her advantage is a brand received in childhood that burns when demons are near. She arrives in a settlement in time to witness the public hanging... No, I think I said get rid of that. That burns when demons are near. She arrives in a settlement just as it's attacked by terrifying immortals sealed to ancient demons. They burn the settlement to free one of their own and capture Sam. She's marked with the potential to bond to a demon, and Adam wants to build an army of them. And then here I would have something about Adam a little earlier on. So then, Elias, possessed by Asmodeus, hasn't felt a person in what felt like a century until Sam. The demon in his head has robbed him of physical touch. His fascination with her warmth soon spirals in a deadly obsession. The demons are not allowed relationships and love in the war band. Adam controls the demons with unbreakable commands and forces the army to carry them out. Sam devises a plan, being sneaky, being cool and bad, whatever. Sam devises a plan to use Elias's feelings to manipulate him into helping her. He agrees. Oh, I got rid of that one. Along the journey, her fake feelings start to become real, and she learns that her brand connects her to Adam. The only way to free herself is to steal the source of his power, a fabled grimoire. She forms a plan with Elias and other allies. I wonder... And other allies seems kind of like a letdown. I wonder if we could change other allies. Just to give a hint, like, is it the other put down humans, the other human prisoners in the band? Is it the other humans with the other revenants who have a bond to the demons, and they're like, yeah, you know, Adam sucks, we're all gonna revolt against him? Is it some zombies along the way? Something else like that. I think the brand. I think the brand's good. I like the brand more than just saying her past is connected to Adam, because that almost makes it seem like, oh, like Adam's her dad or something, her long lost dad, and she has daddy issues because Adam's her dad. So I like brand more than her past. Past is a little bit too vague. It is actually the other revenants. Okay, so she forms a plan with Elias and the other revenants. Maybe instead of plan, she forms a plan with Elias and the other allies. One of deceit and uprising, something like that, something cool. The price of failure is execution for Elias and eternal servitude for Sam. My brain wants to put a comma here, but I don't think it needs it. I think that's my brain lying to me. Rebellion, coup, I like rebellion too. Rebellion's good. And then the last paragraph, fans of Daniel L. Jensen's blah 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 and Jennifer L. Osterman's Flesh and Fire series will love the steamy possessive tension and forbidden romance. It evokes the gritty wasteland and survivalist heroine of Furiosa, a Mad Max. It's a standalone novel with the potential for serialization, for a saga, for a sequel, depending on how many books you want. If you just want one more book, with the potential for a sequel, if you're like, no, I could do like 2 or 3 books in this, then for a series, for a longer series. This one right here, for the Mad Max one, evokes the gritty wasteland and survivalist heroine. Something about that part just reads a little clunky. It evokes the gritty wasteland of Furiosa, but it evokes the survivalist heroine of Furiosa. Sounds funny. So something about this half of it. It evokes the gritty wasteland of Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, with a survivalist heroine included. Something like that. Just something about this line has to be reworded, because the gritty wasteland works. The survivalist heroine part sounds clunky. You can switch the two? Okay, so let's see. So if we switch it, it not evokes, it brings a survivalist heroine in a gritty wasteland, much like Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Something like that. Would that make sense? That sounds slightly more natural. I'm just doing it off the cuff, so it's never going to sound perfect when I say it. But something like that. Just that rewording, just that switching around. I think that would make this line just go mwah and go to the next level. And then, oh, there's an extra page here. There's an extra page here. You gotta get rid of it. Otherwise, they'll see, like, if they have the thing like, oh, your query letter's only 2 pages. And then, like, you have a 3rd page, they'll be, like, disqualified, even though the 3rd page is blank. So just make sure you don't accidentally have an extra page in there. Looks solid, I like it. Yeah, nerd! Hide & Heart's been working so hard. Oh my goodness, I'm such a huge fan. I'm rooting for them so hard. That was a lot of, like, little nitpicky stuff. Hopefully some of it makes sense and works. And again, if the other part of it doesn't, or somebody more relevant in the industry than me says otherwise, trust that person instead. They are so picky because they have to be. I know, it's those little nitpicky stuff that hopefully is gonna rise you to the very top. That's gonna make you stand out and look amazing and super cool and get you that super cool book deal, 6-figure book deal. Right? So every little nitpicky thing I could do here, I was like going through, I was like reading it 2 or 3 times. I feel like Santa Claus, I have a list here and I'm checking it twice. But I think that is all the nitpicky stuff my brain has for you. That is the extent of my Bluebell brain cell. Oh, hi Silent Reader. It looks awesome. I definitely read it, especially with a battle-worn type heroine. Oh my god, so we've actually read some of the opening chapters here on stream before during other critique times. Oh my god, Sam, who's the main character, I love her so much. She's a little bit more blunt, she's to the point. She is a survivalist. She is trying her best though to be like okay, how the fuck do I get out of this situation? What is my best means of survival? How do I escape? Very practical, very blunt, very like sometimes with post-apocalyptic stuff, some people accidentally write like because they're a girl, they're like, oh no, she's all ooh woo, she's all like cutesy, she's still a girl, even though it's like the under the world. This felt like a very lived-in, practical, logical heroine. I really liked it, and even the it goes between two point of views. It goes between Sam and Elias. Sam's the writing style for Sam and the writing style for Elias were still very different. They had some unique voices there, so I really liked reading both. How does one get on this? Do you mean into just the critique time, just having a little blooba person read it and give you critique, or are you talking about something else, something with the query letter, or something about Heidenheart, getting in on reading Heidenheart's cool story? Baby Raccoon missing? Yeah, gee, I don't know anything about Baby Raccoon being missing, but I do know I have a new fridge. Look at this. Look at my cool new fridge. That's all mine and not Baby Raccoon's. Let's see, first line. Yep, we pointed out that. I said I don't think the comma should be there. Revenant Seraphim, no comma, is a 90,000 word adult post-apocalyptic fantasy romance. You won't find them frozen in the fridge? No, actually, when I opened up this fridge, there was like a ton of like pineapple pizzas in it, which like bleh, gross. So I had to get rid of all these pineapple pizzas. It was just disgusting. It was gross. Nobody likes those. Let's see, but Avast, sorry, I don't think I see you mentioning it again here. If you're talking about Heidenheart story, then hey, they're still looking for beta readers, they're still looking for critique partners. If you message them either here or on Discord, they're probably more than willing to have you on and give all the critique and stuff, right? This is getting serious. We're getting ready to query agents over here. We need every bit of beta reader feedback we can get to make this all nice and polished. If you are talking about getting your work onto the screen here to get it read, then there is a Discord, and it shows it right there, the little Discord link. Thank you so much, Heidenheart. And you go over there, you'll read the rules. They're not a lot of rules, nice and easy, simple pimple, all that stuff. And then it's just a Google form, and you'll submit it, and we can have your stuff here in the future. You have a ripple to smooth out still? Oh, in your story? So something rippling. Is it? Yeah, I think the biggest plot hole is that Elias isn't singing California Girls. That definitely needs to be included. That's the #1 most important thing that has to be included. Me and Heidenheart, we're just yapping on is it PMs or DMs search for Discord? You're making him sing Timber. But yeah, the rules aren't crazy for submission. It's one, it can't be generative AI stuff. We don't like that stuff over here. We don't need to talk about it in chat, but we are not supportive of generative AI over here. And two, your story, your book can be adult and sexy with all the sexy stuff, but I myself don't read sexy stuff or spicy stuff on here. It just makes me too embarrassed. I'm just too silly with it. It won't be good. So I don't read spicy scenes. So it just has to be not spicy and not generative AI. Nice and easy. You don't join Discords, unfortunately? Oh well. Hey, all good, but hey, I hope you like hanging out with us here and reading other people's stories and stuff. Like I said, we have gotten to read the first few chapters of Heidenheart's Revenant Seraphim here on stream. It's been really cool. That not safe for work smut. Yeah, we don't read that here. It's too embarrassing. So with that is the first part. Let me hopefully thank you so much for following up with us with your second draft of the query letter. I know it's scary, but I'm rooting for you over here, Heidenheart. Like, I'm so excited for you to be trying this. I'm using all the brain cells I can. That's not the most brain cells, but I'm doing all the brain cells I can to try and make this opportunity have the best shot for you. Black lines of doom? Black lines. Do you mean over here, my weave screen? Yeah, I'm just over here tidying up, going into our next person. So that was that. Who did I say was next? I said if Death's Head isn't here yet, it doesn't have time for their story because they're hanging out with family. Then I said Chatty Matty was next. It's been invaluable. Oh, I'm so happy, Hide and Heart, and have a great, wonderful stream tonight. Yeah, if you guys want to follow along with Hide and Heart, they're actually going to be starting streaming soon. It's underneath that same Twitch channel. So yeah, if I get too bored, if you guys don't like listening to me yap, go check out their cool post-apocalyptic demon fantasy story. It's super neat. You should check it out. And to the me, Death's Head. I don't think I've seen Death's Head, so I think it's you, Nick. So let me get everything ready. Let's see. Nope, wrong part of the queue. Gotta go further back. Okay, wait, that's it. Sir Chatty Matty, Control C. I put you. Nope. And hey, your full name. Oh, it's most of the names there. Wait, hold on. Let me move the name over a bit. No, that's slightly off. Wait, that's crooked. That's crooked. Oh, fuck. Please. I think that's fine. That's fine. So, let me see over here. Just a friendly zombie riding away, working hard. My basic edits finished just in time. Perfect. So this is the, am I looking at the right one, Chatty Matty? Yours over here says this is the redone chapter 5 for my finished book. This takes place after Barry and company have arrived in Athena City. The original versions had characters who were cut. The chapter establishes the coming adventure and Barry's coming romance. Is that the right one I'm looking at? Perfect. Okay, let me copy this link over here. Control C. Control V. Alrighty. Just stop pop-ups. Get out of here. So then I can get rid of this. And I'm just doing something else on my screen real quick. Hold on. That was that one. Okay. Now everything looks like it's been updated. I'm trying to keep the queue accurate and up to date. I'm not promising I'm doing a good job, but I'm trying. Also, Cece's name is in those little thingamajigs now. That's a note for you to change her name. Okay, so Cece's gonna get a new name. Yeah, because Cece is married to Riri, and I was like, Riri and Cece's names look way too... They're technically nicknames, but their nicknames are way too similar. Let me minimize my Discord here. And alrighty, is everyone comfy and cozy? Now, I know you said you've done some edits, we've removed some characters. I think you were working on establishing things a little bit more. So what are you looking at for the critique this time? Do you want critique on pacing, on the flow, on how characters are represented? I don't know if you've updated, like, how some of the characters were maybe a little bit too childish before for their age. They were reading a little too young. I don't know if you've done those fixes yet. So what are we looking at for what critiques you want on? Because I know it's really hard to have done all the critiques. There was a lot of stuff that you were working on those edits for. King Cow, why are you being mean to me? That's not being a nice raccoon. Right, King Cow, you gotta be a nice raccoon in chat, even to me. Come on. Because I think you mentioned before, sometimes I'm a little bit pedantic, but also, like, I gotta keep yapping, otherwise it's just quiet. Like, I'll be quiet now. Okay. Yeah, we can keep an eye out for Barry. So we're looking at Barry's character. Yeah, see, the silences are awkward. Nothing happens. It's just quiet. So I gotta keep talking because you guys can't talk to fill the silence. Especially now with the text-to-speech gone because Baby Raccoon didn't show up for their shift today. He said, Yappa's gotta yap. Yappa's gotta keep everything moving, keep going, keep the pace rolling. Otherwise, there's just awkward silences. No one wants to listen to that on a stream, unless it's gameplay. Sometimes you can be quiet for gameplay footage, because then people are watching the game. You know, seeing whatever game or show you're watching. But just for this, for a yapping stream where I'm like talking with you guys and hanging out, yeah, I gotta keep yapping. Otherwise, it's awkward. And then you guys wouldn't want to like listen and hang out with it. It's just bad. So we're doing chapter 5 over here. Let me take a sippy. 25th of Gloria's Odyssey, 2100. 3 days had passed since Barry arrived in Athena's city. Bridget was busy preparing to leave Exia, and Delphi had returned to the palace. Delphi. Is that the princess? I was trying to find anything I missed. Barry can be as childish as she wants. She earned it? Wait, how did she earn it? Oh my goodness. That's the princess' new name. Got it. Hi, Trickster. Let's see. Mouse. Sunreal chose to stay at Asclepius's clinic. I know I'm probably saying that wrong. It's fine. Finding quiet refuge in his observatory. Barry couldn't stop thinking about Tessie, whose condition wasn't improving. It's still odd that the narration and even Barry's mind sometimes goes from calling it her mom to her mom's name, which is Tessie. That's a little unusual. If you're doing even the shift now between like, oh yeah, she has a better relationship with her mom, I think it's just her mom then in text. Other people, when they're speaking, can refer to her mom as Tessie, because that's the name they know her as. But when Barry's thinking of her mom, she's just thinking of her mom. You know what I mean? His condition wasn't improving. She wanted to be by Tessie's side, but couldn't bring herself to watch her mother slowly die. Yeah, see, it's switching between it. A numbness had overtaken her, and so she wanted the bustling streets of the Athena city to clear her head. Of Athena city, not of the Athena city. To clear her head. Even so, her mind kept finding Tessie. You're slowly shifting it to her mom? Okay, so that's just still in progress one. I will note here, this is a lot of still telling us what Barry's emotions are. It's just you, the writer, saying, Barry's worried. Barry wanted to be by her mom's side. Barry felt numb. Even when Barry walked, her mind kept finding Tessie. Like, it's not showing us the haze and the dread and the worry that kind of comes with your mom possibly dying. You know what I mean? So I think maybe more action here, more physical stuff happening to show Barry like this, rather than just you saying it. Her thoughts drifted to Auntie Riri as the attack played in her mind. Barry hadn't seen Auntie Riri since their home was attacked. She didn't know if Auntie Riri was alive, injured, or dead. The uncertainty ate at her. Those two women in the bandanas. Who were they? Why were they after Sunreal? And why did it seem like they had some vendetta against Auntie Riri? Nothing added up. Barry found a wooden bench near the city square, beside a fountain crowned with a statue of the 7 Pleiades princesses. She sank onto it, eyes drawn to the statues. All these things... I know it's for, like, web novels and stuff. Sometimes, the style format of, like, every line gets treated like its own paragraph. But a lot of this doesn't need to, especially since you're looking at either traditional or self-publishing. This is going to be like a book. Like this part right here, these two lines can be right next to each other. These don't need to be separate paragraphs. So she sank onto it, eyes drawn to the statues. But one statue in particular caught her eye. Her grandmother, Tegeta? I don't know if I'm saying it right, it's fine. Fiery blue eyes sparkled as Barry stared upward, salmon-colored, lithe and graceful body gleaming in the gleaming. And that's a typo. Oh, hey, thank you for the hydrate or dihydrate, Lorenzo. How you doing? Here's your sippy. She looked like Auntie Riri. But Auntie Riri shared Barry's pudgy nose. Together's was soft yet celestial. If I find out no one here has hydrate, don't you worry, they've already been giving all the hydrate or dihydrates over here. I've already had several sippies. You'll be in big trouble. Oh my, you'll end up missing just like baby Raccoon over here. This goes for chat too. Oh my goodness. A sippy, you said? Did I stutter? That's right, everyone. You guys better have also taken a sippy. You guys better have hydrated. Oh my, wait, I just took a sippy. Here's another one. I had a huge glass of water when the stream started. Now it's actually like only a third left. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, everyone here, take some sippies. You guys can't, your brains need to be hydrated to come up with the good writing, with all the good stories. Yeah, I hydrated. Honest. Scout's honor. I choose death. There's some sides being chosen here in chat for the hydrates. Raccoons need trash juice, not water? Oh my goodness. Whatever your beverage of choice is, you gotta take a sippy. You're having a Dr. Stinkers? That's right, gotta represent. If we ever become huge, what would you guys say if I made like Raccoon plushies and like Dr. Stinkers merch? If we ever become like a big channel, if I ever blow up and I'm like a big YouTuber, like ReTuber person, right? I'm gonna have Dr. Stinkers merch. I'll have it at all the cons and stuff. I'd hand it out. Caffeine for liquid life here. You're going back to finish chapter 11? What? That's so exciting! Look at you go! Right? Oh my goodness. You choose life? Yeah. Let's see. Barry smiled faintly, recognized the source of Auntie Riri's style. Together wore a sleeveless white top and pants that blended seamlessly into matching white boots. And her hair, snowy white, well kept, flowed down her back, and also framed her vulpine face. Like, I don't think we need to know the outfit for a statue for an ancestor that's not going to be present. I'm not quite sure. This feels like some extra details that aren't relevant. But the nose bit was cute. And then here, if we are looking at the statue and that's making us think of Auntie Riri, then her thoughts drifting to Auntie Riri and how she misses her and how she doesn't know if she's alive, that could be here when she's thinking like, oh god, you're in Maddie's walls? A Dr. Stinker's baseball cap? In house merch. Oh my goodness. This cotton candy tastes, but oh wait, it's in the wall? No, that's not, there's not cotton candy walls there, Lorenzo. You gotta be careful. That's not for raccoons to eat. It doesn't taste like mold. Oh no, please no. I thought they were eating the insulation, but maybe it is also mold, I don't know. Nom 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 nom. Lying back, Barry let her gaze wander skyward. 2 moons hung in the sky, glowing green and blue. I'm not gonna say those names. A shout broke her thoughts. Barry thought for a moment someone had called her name. Her heart skipped. She sat up. I scanned the crowd around her. But maybe... Hold on, I'm checking something. Should it be she sat up, eyes scanning the crowd around her? Or she sat up, eyes scanned the scan sounds off. But I'm also not the best copy editor. I'm not the best at grammar and punctuation. But she sat up, eyes scanning the crowd around her. Sounds right to me. I think that should be the ing ending, not the ed. Barry didn't see her right away. Thought maybe her ears were playing tricks on her. Until... Auntie Riri? The cotton candy that doesn't vanish? Yeah, I get it from the human walls. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Scanning? Oh, here, let me... I'm scanning the crowd around her. Auntie Riri? There she was, more bruised and battered than last time, but unmistakably alive. Auntie Riri's fiery blue eyes locked on Barry. You're okay, Barry's voice cracked as she rushed forward. Sandals struck and slipped in the cobblestone. Yeah, Barry's voice cracked as she rushed forward, sandals striking and slipping on the cobblestone. You just ate a ghost pepper? 3 of them? I can't believe you're eating innocent ghosts. What did the ghost ever do to you? They were having a nice, fulfilling afterlife, and you just ate them. How could you do that? They were just innocent ghosts. They were just innocent spirits. How could you do that? That was like a family. The grandpa from Holes? Oh. What's gonna be the quote here? What is it? That's too damn bad. Ghost peppers. Wow, raiding a poor ghost garden. They depend on that food. You stole from a ghost? Oh my god. Lorenzo, we're gonna look at you differently now. So 1... So Auntie Riri's fire blue eyes locked on Barry. This is making it sound like just now her eyes are locked on Barry. Like she's just seen Barry and now her eyes are locked on it. But earlier, she had already seen her and been shouting for Barry. Because Auntie Riri had already called her name. So if she's already seen Barry, and now Barry's just recognizing, it's Auntie Riri's fiery blue eyes were locked on Barry. Auntie Riri grinned, opened her arms, and pulled Barry into a tight hug. Take more than that to take me down. Should be takes more than that to take me down? Barry pulled back. What happened to the house? Last I saw it was, well, inside a fire tornado. Let's call it the Carolina Reaper. I ate him too? Lorenzo! Oh my god. You bet Lorenzo didn't even wash it? Oh, you're not that dirty? I wash my food before I eat them? Okay, so you're just a pepper murderer. But at least you're not dirty. That's fine. That's a little bit better. But oh my goodness, all these poor peppers, all these poor ghosts. It's crazy. The lives we've lost. The afterlives we've lost. Auntie Riri sighed. Didn't have a choice, did I? What matters is that everyone's okay. She paused. How's Tessie? You think Lorenzo put it on a gross, disgusting pineapple pizza? That's gross. That's nasty. You also ate pepper jack? Is that like Applejack's cousin? Oh my goodness. You monster. That's My Little Pony adjacent. Oh, you're Italian. So see, you wouldn't even put them on a pineapple pizza. Yes, you're just, this is fine. You're a respectable ghost pepper murderer. I can respect that. Yeah, you not even ghost murderers would stoop so low as to use a pineapple pizza. Like, gross. Ah, good thing I put all the pineapple pizzas out of this fridge, and it's just my fridge now. It's nice and clean and sanitized and has no pineapple pizzas in it whatsoever. It's how it should be. I take you for a ghost pepper thieving murderer. That's what I take you for, you evil. Do you like Dr. Stinkers? If so, can we be friends? Cute, still so cute. Barry's chest clenched, didn't reply. Should it be tightened instead of clenched? Before she could say more, Auntie Riri cut Barry's face gently, her prosthetic hand cool and steady against Barry's skin. I think I'll find Tessie later then, Auntie Riri said. Don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you. And even right there, I'm like, Auntie Riri, you fucking bitch. You love Dr. Stinkers? This was like an enemies to BFF speedrun. Oh my goodness. This enemies to BFF's speedrun just happened right here in my chat. What a heartwarming story. A sudden flickering memory teased Barry's mind. A heartbeat, the rush of water, the bathing of heat. Bathing of heat. A voice, soft and teary, whispered words she couldn't fully understand. Barry searched her aunt's face, though, for what she didn't know. I'm gonna get rid of this. Auntie Riri's gaze became wistful. Promised your dad would look after you a long time ago, but you're not that little girl I got an I meant anymore. She chuckled, full of nostalgia. Hope I did it right. You guys are gonna get soft tacos and some ramen? Oh my goodness. You guys are gonna get like the little milkshake, but it's just like one milkshake and there's 2 straws in it. Love it. Barry hugged. God damn it. Barry hugged Auntie Riri fiercely. Auntie Riri, I couldn't ask for a better aunt. So Auntie Riri and Auntie Riri's repeated twice. Auntie Riri's arms tightened around her, warm laughter ringing through the air. For a moment, it felt like everything might be okay. Glad to hear it, Auntie Riri smiled softly. Barry wished she could stay in this hug forever. But then, how's your mother? Auntie Riri asked. Barry couldn't reply, her throat suddenly tight. She took a deep breath. What's the fleece of Creus? Barry asked. Barry, what are you doing? Let's eat them on Cryptid's porch at 2 a.m. and get the zoomies. I can't think of anything more annoying for me, but also more romantic for you guys. So in that sense, have at it. You guys won't be doing anything different than my cats who are inside the house are anyway. You get some brownies? Oh, that'll be so nice. You guys can have a picnic on the porch. That would be so cute. Funny thing to ask right now. Auntie Riri's voice was low. Take it that means your mother is doing bad. Barry looked down. Meekly said, yeah. Auntie Riri nodded. Guess I can guess why you want to find the fleece then. That's awkward. Barry blinked, tilted her head. She caught the pride and amusement dancing in Auntie Riri's eyes. Barry wasn't sure how else to respond. Who told you about the fleece? Auntie Riri asked. Sunny, Barry said. Auntie Riri chuckled. I'm not surprised. A pause as her eyes met to get a statue. Guess some things just run in the family. I'm trying to think back at how... Because we were saying, oh, not surprised about Sunny revealing that info. I'm trying to remember how much Auntie Riri got to interact with Sunreal before the house invasion happened. The house attack. Well, Auntie Riri began to walk, Barry followed. Well, House Mintaka was one of the 12 most powerful houses on Exia back in the day. Closest allies were House Pleiades, Aquila, and Fornax. Barry's interest sharpened as they climbed a towering marble staircase gleaming in the sunlight. Ahead, the palace, which was clearly once anything other than a palace. Houses Fornax and Aquila? Barry had to jog just to keep up with Auntie Riri. Auntie Riri's eyes sparkled with mischief. Yep, House Aquila, funnily enough, is where all this kind of started. Barry's steps quickened. How? Riri's smile turned sly. Rias is how. He was once Aquila, but switched loyalty to Mintaka. Didn't go over well. At the staircase's summit, Auntie Riri stopped, pointed to the looming green moon. That moon was a battlefield back then, she said, voice heavy. Some Feanork attacked it during the 1,000 Years' War. Kreese helped heal the wounded from House Mintaka. Pause. And a human he found, according to the story. Barry nodded. This is just feeling again like another lore dump. And there was a lot of lore dumps in the last version of it. This is just moving where the lore dump was. I don't think it... And then, okay, yeah, I guess the previous Mintaka people were last chosen. I think we're also looking for generations for this golden fleece. But I don't think that's necessary for Barry. This entire story is that, hey, the Sunreal happened to crash land in front of Barry's house and send Barry on this quest. The fact that it was all these generations of Mintaka that she apparently never knew about. She didn't know anything about her own family. And has to have it explained to us. I'm just like, is this necessary? Can't this just be a story of Barry being sent on this quest to find the Golden Fleece? I'm feeling like there's a lot of connections here, but it kind of gets muddled. Just kind of is forcing connections here. You already had the zoomies from your 5th coffee? That's a lot of coffee. Oh my goodness. I'm looking for stuff to cut, so... at this point, you're redrafting it again, right? You have the critiques, you have the edits. I'm not worried really about line edits until you've got the story and the backstory done. So rather than cutting random stuff out and trying to copy-paste things over, I really think, why aren't you starting a new document with the new backstories, with the new things you want to take this story down on, and starting your next draft? That's what I'm kind of confused by. Sometimes those line and copy edits are just gonna fight each other, because we're talking nitpicky stuff like, oh yeah, this is how we word this sentence, but then if we're also talking about, oh, this entire scene's gonna be cut, then we don't really need to worry about line edits. We need to kind of be like, what scenes are gonna happen here? What's Barry's backstory? What's the big world building stuff here? Oh my goodness. Gonna get a spray bottle on you too. Hey Cryptid, did you notice that Webby has a phone? Something only used to have and should have probably been destroyed? And also Detective Ba has a phone. Our phone, is that part of the lore? Our phone's destroyed? Shit. Oh no, I think some specific people can have phones. It's fine. It's fine. We're giving you great ideas, King Cal? Oh no. What ideas? Please don't say it's jumping on my porch at 2 a.m. from the zoomies. Please tell me that's not one of the ideas. Moving works weirdly. It's all good. I'm trying to not add on 20 bajillion things of work if the work's gonna end up getting cut anyway. That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, that's why I'm like, huh, it's weird to do developmental and line-ins at the same time. It might be more practical to open up another tab and now that you know what developmental edits to do, rewrite the story with those developmental edits, and then once all the big edits are done, then we can go into the line edits. Baby Raccoon is missing? Yeah, it's crazy. It's so weird. It's but anyway, I have a new fridge. I had this nice new fridge all to myself. I'm just saying I have this nice new fridge. And yeah, since Baby Raccoon didn't show up for the shift today, you guys can't do text-to-speech today. It's crazy. It's so weird. Anyway. Wake up next morning from our soft taco bender and Cryptid's flower bed. In the bushes and stuff. There's thorns over there. Be careful. Probably some cryptids or humans has phones, but it's super rare to have one. Why does Webby and Detective Ba have one? And they both know Archie. The plot thickens. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking maybe we can just give a brief summary. So, oh wait, where's my lo-fi beats? My lo-fi beats. There we go. I'm thinking maybe we can just give a brief summary since the Fleece's backstory is kind of important, but its origins are way more focused on in book 2. Oh my goodness. I mean, does she really need to give a summary? I mean, if Barry can be brought up, if she can have some brain cells and know about her own family history, at least mildly, and know generally, like, oh yeah, we're part of the famous Mintaka household, like, yeah, some of the famous Mintakas in the past were always on this wild goose chase for the Golden Fleece. It could even just be a thing of like, hey, she's this Mintaka after previous generations have given up, and suddenly Sunreal crash lands into her house. She could just know it. It could just be like explained that she now has the chance to do what her ancestors always tried to do, and she's gonna go on this epic quest to look for the Golden Fleece and hopefully save her mother. That's what I'm saying, like, I think my brain is going, I need to reword and fix this scene, is what's going on. It's a brain glitch. Okay, I'm just worried about, like, okay, we're gonna fight and fix all the scene, but at the end of the day, it's just a lore dump scene. So how do we really want to keep the scene, or do we want to more naturally integrate this information? That's kind of why I'm like, those big developmental edits kind of always get done first. Everything after that is just the polishing line edits and copy edits. You dare minimize the severity of the situation by derailing the topic to the shiny new fridge? Wait, it is shiny and smooth. Yeah, isn't it so great? It's all mine. It's so wonderful. Yeah, this was looks just like the one that Baby Raccoon had. But anyway, this one's mine now. This is Cryptid's fridge. This is the fridge of Cryptids. It's my fridge. Totally don't have any thoughts about that fridge Baby Raccoon had and that Baby Raccoon's missing now. Anyway, this is my fridge. Oh, you have a mini Lorenzo? That's so cute. I'm considering passing some of this over to Sunreal or waiting for book 2. Oh, your son is a ferret? You have a ferret child? That's even more cute. What happened to Baby Raccoon? You will solve this? Hey, I don't know, man. He just didn't show up for work today. It's crazy. That last sighting was at the end of a last stream, wasn't it? That was the last time we saw Baby Raccoon. It's crazy. Anyway, unrelated. Lorenzo say they ate him. I doubt it. I think he's pulling our leg. I think it's all gonna work out fine. It's gonna be fine. So if it's important lore, I wouldn't suggest waiting all the way to, like, book 2 Because then if, like, readers are over here with book 1 and be like, wow, Barry was launched on this mission to find this cool golden fleece. And then in book 2, it's like, oh, Barry's part of this lineage of people, of these great and famous houses who've all been looking for the golden fleece. It's gonna feel like the rug was pulled out from them. It's gonna feel like, wait, you changed the backstory, you changed the lore. That's what I'm saying. It's fine if you want to keep this backstory, this lore. But I think Barry can be smart enough just to know her own family history. She knows random members of history. She knows things. Even these other houses aren't unknown to her. Her grandmother's here in the statue of the 7 princesses, and then later on she's confused over how Barry's a princess, but she can see her ancestor was a princess, and she's surprised that she's royalty. That's why I'm like, it's I think she can just know some stuff. She can just be intelligent enough to know some of her own lore and backstory. Need someone to dumb it down since I go nuts. About the peppers? What about the peppers? The peppers you were just eating? That you murdered to eat? Those peppers? What is You're working on Raccoon News right now? Oh my goodness, that's exciting. I'll try to, let me see, do I need to keep my Discord open to answer stuff? Let me see. My Discord on my computer works again. By the way, I fixed it. So that's good, OMG, when I forget, Barry should know this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she can just know who she is. She can know who her relatives are. She can know people. This isn't something like, her backstory isn't necessarily the awareness coming of age stuff. It's this new quest she's going on to save people, finding out stuff about Auntie Riri, finding out how her dad died. That's the stuff she's uncovering. But just the fact that she's royalty and a princess, and the Mintaka house is this cool famous house that was looking for the golden fleece for years, she can already know that stuff. I mean, the girl drops 200,000 years of history to a poor dude in book 2. So yeah, especially if she already knows history, she already knows that. Sometimes her not knowing anything of history just feels wonky. She can know things. She can be competent enough to know things. Hi, Haffy, it's good to see you. Messy Mervin's on the case of the missing baby raccoon. What a scoop. Don't worry, everything's fine. She's finished chapter 13 of your book. That's so exciting! What huge progress! Oh my goodness. So let's see over here. Very nodded. Krius healed the human, obviously, but Auntie Riri's voice faltered. Krius passed. But he imprinted. His fleece kept his wielding. Brought the human back to life. So is that how it became the lost fleece? Barry asked. Auntie Riri's expression grew grave. Partly. Queen Artemis searched for it for years. Never found it, but her daughter Callisto continued. Then Arcus, and so on. It's been House Mintaka's quest for generations, since the age of 12. A sigh. Up until my dad's generation, at least. Barry faltered. Do you really think I can find it? I think I forgot she was a history nerd. Wait, what question? What question would the protesters ask Archie about? The protesters ask Archie. Let's watch the 24-hour race? That sounds exciting. Let's see. Oh yeah, what question would the protesters ask Archie about? So there's protesters about Archie? Or protesters about Arya the Scavenger? Sorry, hold on, Zoe, I need more context. Oh my goodness. So there's protesters yelling at Archie, asking questions. And they can even be anything, like oh, but GP cell? They're asking Archie. Okay, I would even asking Archie, like, I'm getting to like the paparazzi and protesters. Like, they could ask Archie, like, How much longer will this war continue? How many casualties will it take before you consider surrendering? Is the Raccoon Channel 6 News considering allying itself with Commander Root's army? When will you consider calling in reinforcements? Have you considered reaching out to the Coyote Guard and joining its side? Are you surrendering to the Coyote Guard? Are you a person of interest? Is there going to be a court date? Are you stuff like that. Okay, I feel like Auntie Riri is better off talking about Tessie a bit as they walk to the palace, and talking about Demeter too, since Riri did know Demeter. Well, I'm just worried that you're replacing one lore dump for another, so watch out for that. Don't feel the need to just have these two characters walk in and yapping for too long. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe now that we know some fixes, draft out another version of the book. Keep the pace a little bit tighter. Anyone ever read the Witcher books? I haven't read them, no, but I heard there's really good things about them. You played 3, and yesterday got the audiobook for the first book for when I go the fuck to sleep. Can I type it on the desk? Oh, okay, hold on. The assignment desk? Let me see here. Archie. Joining forces with the Coyote Guards. Against Archie. Are the Coyote Guards arresting you as a person of interest in this case? How much longer will the war go on? Do you expect any more casualties? Casualties. I spelled that wrong. Hold on. It's a travesty! Alert the news! Call the media! Essentially, the Netflix show lines up. Season 1 is book 1. So a handful of stories in different time periods that'll interconnect in different time periods that'll interconnect in the end. Oh, okay. Have you read any of my book? Has it been here in story commit in the story queue? Have we read you here in the story queue? If so, yeah, then you saw me, and if not, then no, I just read stuff here. What? Hi, Battle. It's good to see you. I wonder if Twitch has an emergency broadcast in case some serious stuff goes down. I doubt Twitch on a corporate level is that well organized to implement anything like that. I would be very surprised if it did. Hold on. Maybe Raccoon was a search for. Talk to you later, peeps. Have a good one, cutes. Have a good night. But oh man, you'll miss the Raccoon Channel 6 News later, and maybe there'll be something about Baby Raccoon there. Who knows? How many more must die? Surrendering. Gee, I'm doing all these different like lines and dots and not like. Anyway, ignore my formatting for the questions, but how much longer will the war go on? Do you expect any more casualties? How many more must die before you consider surrendering? Well, Commander Roots. He's stepping up. Maybe the army against the scavengers. Commander Roots. posting a warrant for your arrest. Are you a person? One of the funerals. CH scheduled for. Will you be making an appearance? I don't know, there's some questions. I made questions, there you go. It's in the Discord now. It's in the Raccoon assignment desk. There are questions. I don't want to derail the stream too long, but there we go. Have you never actually read an actual chapter? That's the synopsis here. Let me see what space you're on in the queue. Story submissions. You're in the story queue. Yeah, if you just respond to the roll call in the Twitch chat whenever I do roll call before the stream starts, we can try finding a day that works for you, and when I'm streaming, and we can read the chapter. But no, there's too many raccoons, and I have too much in life to be reading everyone's things outside the stream. If I did that, then everyone would be asking me to read their stuff all the time, and that's a full-time job and a half right there. This Bloomer doesn't have all that time. I wish I did. I'm too busy making patches during the day. So let's see. It's been Houseman Taco's quest for generations since the age of 12. Until my dad's generations, at least. Barry faltered. Do you really think I can find it? Auntie Riri faced her. Don't doubt yourself, Tinkerbell. I said Tinkerbell had to go. It's random. I don't know why Auntie Riri keeps calling her that, except for you, it's another Disney reference. I'm like, Tinkerbell's gotta go. I don't just think you can. I know you can. You're the most stubborn girl I've ever met. There's some funny emphasis here. Did I ever finish that library? I never get that roll call. One of my notes. It's just in the general chat. I'll just post in chat, in the chatting section of Discord, and I'll be like, roll call. Who's on the story queue? Who wants their stuff read tonight? That's literally it. It's not like an official notification or stuff. It's just in the chat. If you know that today's a streaming day, then you can just pop in at some point and be like, oh, hey, I know streams tonight. Can I be read tonight and stuff? And I'll be like, oh, okay. It doesn't need to be anything too official. Oh, sorry, the game. What was that, cats? The game librarian, the arcane library cleanup, that one. It's not finished yet, no. I know I'm over 1,000 books put away out of the 3,000. I forget what exact number I'm on, but no, that will probably be a once a week little hangout and yap session until we're done with that game. And I get that achievement for putting them all away manually. Was it initially meant as a Disney reference? Well, then it's just meant as the original, like, Peter Pan reference without the Disney thing. But even then, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, she's a tinkerer, she's a crafter, but everything else about it, it's not a strong association. You got time? I'll just wait for natural time progression. Hey, it's whatever. That's whatever. Call your shot. If you're gonna show up today and you don't see anyone else do roll call, be like, hey, yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna be in tonight. Cryptid, read my thing. It lets me know that way I'm not just waiting around and being like, oh god, who am I gonna read whose story today? Having the roll call, that way I just know, like, okay, so and so and so and so and A, B, and C are gonna be up. I know who I can go through. Unless, like, somebody who's hardly ever here shows up and I want to get them out of the way because they don't have a lot of time. So sometimes I'll tweak the roll call around because, like, somebody shows up, they only, like, show up once in a blue moon and I want to get their story read. But otherwise, like, hey, the story roll call helps me, lets me know what I'm doing for the day. Let me see, we're on the 3rd page. Well, I get it from you, Barry shot back. Auntie Riri rolled her eyes affectionately and scandalized. Shut up, Auntie Riri smirked. It's a Mintaka thing. Auntie Riri once again pulled Barry into a tight hug. Something hit Barry as they hugged. Hey, Auntie Riri, I need to ask you something, Barry said slowly, hesitantly. Anything, Auntie Riri said, looking into Barry's eyes. Barry knew that look. Auntie Riri was reading Barry, knew something was weighing on Barry. A lot of the words are being repeated here, watch out. Barry took a deep breath and wrapped her fingers around her pendant. See, there's something you desperately want, but it's selfish. And then you find a way to make it real. What do you do? There's an I here, an L. Auntie Riri paused, narrowing her eyes thoughtfully. The bustling city faded around them for just a moment. Depends on what it is, Auntie Riri said finally. Her hand settled gently on Barry's arm. No matter what, you need to do what you think is right. Barry nodded. She knew Auntie Riri saw through her, but she never pressed. Thanks, Auntie Riri. Barry hugged Auntie Riri again. See, like, just a lot of the repetition. Auntie Riri shadowed Barry's smile. Whatever you want most, ask Stellana about it. If it's truly wrong, she'll make sure you know. You know I'm not religious. Auntie Riri pressed her forehead to Barry's, voice lowering. Thinking about your dad, aren't you, Tinkerbell? She whispered tenderly. Barry pulled back slightly, words caught in her throat. How did you... Know you better than you think, Tinkerbell. I was the one who raised you, Aunt Riri smiled. See, when stuff, I think you were saying you were going to retcon which one raised Barry. So I think there's still more developmental edits to do rather than line edits. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I think you're spinning around in circles chasing your own tail here, trying to do enough line edits in order to do developmental edits. But really, developmental edits are hard because you do have to do a lot of work. It's taking out chapters, it's rewriting stuff. Sometimes it's rewriting the book because there's a lot of edits. You gotta rewrite characters, you gotta rewrite interactions, you gotta take out whole things that happen and rewrite it in a way that makes more sense. So I think at this point, maybe the next step, because I know you have a lot of big edits you've mentioned in chat planned, you might need to have a separate document up, plan out, make a new draft of what happens, how do you make that happen, and then write the next draft of the story. That's totally normal. That's a totally normal part of the writing process. But I think that might be the stage we're at, rather than trying to force in the line edits too. You're currently writing a play? That sounds exciting, Lorenzo. Let me get out of this one. I think our next person was Death's Head. But I don't know if Death's Head's in at this point in time. Let me see if I can add them. Death's Head 419. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the follow. And hey, I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid Cult. Let's see if, the roll call. But yeah, it's just a glitchy mess. Haha, it happens. And hey, I get you. I have the ADHD crazy brain too, but sometimes even if we don't want to do it, certain steps have to be done in the writing to get the story we want. How cool. What kind? Yeah, what kind of play are you writing? Under 9 pages, I hope? What's with the 9 pages reference? I think there's some place longer than 9 pages. I haven't heard that. King Cal, what's this references? So I can either, if Death's Head's not here, we can either switch and pivot to Raccoon Channel 6 News, but I'm not sure if they're done yet. Or I think Haffy was here earlier, right? Haffy was just saying that they wanted their stuff read. We only did their synopsis before. So we can either do Raccoon Channel 6 News or Happy the Hound if you're still here. Let me see. Let me try to add. Let me see if either of them show up. I'll give them a minute. Otherwise, we can just yap. So let me see. That was... I already tidied up the queue for Heidenheart and for Chatty Matty. I already got those 2 done. So hey, I've been doing pretty good so far. It's not even midnight local cryptid time, and I already got 2 submissions done. I'm on a roll. We did pretty fast and good last stream. I stayed on topic. This stream's looking like it will be similar. Barry and Fi are old friends. Okay, okay. Don't see Happy in the viewers. Okay, is Death's Head in? If so, I think they would have commented by now. Sorry, that was a really loud glass being put down. Oof. So let me see. Who else do we have here? I have Lord Sanctify. Now I'm just reading through the queue. I have Eli Illustrates. Sometimes I know Eli shows up later in the day, though. I'm not sure if they're already here. And then I also have Superstar, and I have Nova. I haven't heard them yapping, I think. But they could also be just here hanging out and chat. Four more questions left till something happened? What do you mean 4 more questions left? Nova Online? Is that like a game? People are still... Yeah, the submissions are open. You just go through the little Google Doc link. Yeah, what are the questions? Zoe, did you need 4 more questions? Did you need 4 more? Is that it? Left till something happens. This is just Nova the Therian and Gamer. There we go. My dyslexic eyes had to... Did my submission get dropped off while I was AFK? I have you in the list. You're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I'm counting right, you're 12, right? The questions for Archie and Raccoon News. Okay, so you need 4 more questions. That's what I'm understanding. Let's see. So 4 more questions. I can move the screen over to Raccoon assignment desk. That doesn't give any spoilers really. So let's see. Here we are. Here's the Raccoon assignment desk. No, please, my window. Please let me move stuff around. There we go. How slow to the draw? Maybe not. It depends. Death's Head was supposed to be next, but I haven't heard from them. How many critiques are left can you do, Cryptid? I don't know. It just depends on my voice. I was either going to do Raccoon News now or another story critique. And I was giving it to Happy, but it looks like they left just a few minutes before I called them. That's so sad. Or Death's Head, but Death's Head's not in yet. They said they would be in later. So that's why I was reading down the list, but then people were asking questions. So wait, let's look here. I said Nova, then it said Hugo, Gaylor, Death's Head, Superstar again, Raymond, Documencer, and Aria. Was Aria here? Or are you guys working on a... Oh, hey, Death's Head, you're back. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Okay, well, you said you need 4 more questions. We'll do the 4 more questions here. Aria is in Heathens. Nice. For Raccoon News to be read. Just so I can have some, because today is the missing baby raccoon. So wait, did you want the questions about the scavenger stuff? Or about baby raccoon? What did you want the questions on, Zoe? There's been a thing the last few days where I'm like, I need raccoons to clarify what they want. Because then I can just do it. But when I have to parse out what you guys want, it takes longer. It takes the back and forth. So Zoe, let me know. Are the questions about scavenger stuff? Or baby raccoon stuff? Either or, let me know. Let's see. But otherwise, so I was writing it for the scavenger things, but maybe you need about baby raccoon. And after that, then we can have Death's Head stuff loaded up. While that's happening, I can actually just go ahead and go to Death's Head stuff, get it all loaded up for you guys so you guys could start reading it. So this is the final of the werewolf story, the finale of the werewolf story. That's exciting. Let's see. Oh. So let me put you guys back on over there. Please. There we go. There we go. Maybe random questions for Archie, besides about scavengers? Because there will be a cut for someone yelling baby raccoon is missing. So random questions for Archie, besides not about the scavengers. Got it. It's just random things. Okay. Okay. What's your hair care routine? Your fur is looking amazing. What's another one? That's one. Is this chapter 1? No. Here, Death's Head. Go tell chat about your werewolf story while I'm doing these 3 questions for Zoe. What's your hair care routine? Your fur is looking amazing. What's some other stuff for Archie that's random? Is the Channel 6 News going to be accepting more sponsorships? And yeah, I'm typing stuff for Zoe. Keep chat entertained. Tell them about your werewolf story, because we're gonna be reading the later half. What was it? Chapter is missing as its voice. Anyway, we're further down. Death's Head, what page are we on? And I'll leave you guys here. This is a nice, cool little bit. You guys look at that. As its voice. What do you mean as its voice? I'm not quite sure. What's your hair care routine? Your first looking amazing. Is the Channel 6 News going to be accepting more sponsorships? Fuck. Oh man, this is why I don't like doing this kind of stuff on stream. It kind of throws off the rhythm. I'm off my rhythm. And I'm out of frame for my model. Son's album. Very bottom of page 14. Got it. Sorry everyone, this is normally not what happens. Okay, this is the page we were at. I'm just finishing something else up for Zoe real quick, and then we'll go back onto the critique. Hold off my rhythm. Is a reference to Phineas and Ferb? I know, you threw off my groove is the Emperor's New Groove. Is off my rhythm from Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, I know there's a song I ain't got rhythm. Cryptid the name. I'll fix the name in a second. I'm just letting you guys read. But I'm doing something for Zoe right now. That's why the Discord's up. That's what I'm typing on. That's why I'm like, oh, fuck, there's a lot of things. Nothing we can get from support his son's album. Fuck, what other questions do you want, Zoe? What other upgrades Anything happening? A news station. What other buildings possibly getting a remodel soon? There. Okay, 4 more questions. We're done. We did it. Folks, we did it. Hold on. Now I'm over here. I'm looking at the same screen as you, I swear. We are looking at Death Heads 419. That is the writer. Let's get that replaced. Save. There we go. This gets deleted. I'll pull up the Discord again just to get you out of the queue for this before I forget. Here we go. Okay. We're here. We did it. Everyone, we're here. We survived. We made it. Ants in my pants? I thought it was squirrels in my pants. Alright, all good. We're back on rhythm. So this is bottom of page 14, you said. So this is a werewolf story. I don't think Des had gave an explanation for any new raccoons who are just tuning in. This is a werewolf story, so we were following our main character, who is Dorgu, who is a younger teen, young adult, following his grandfather, who was a well-known knight in his older years, though. They went off to a new castle called Castle Lobos, where a new person who might have inherited it by unsavory means wants them to go out and hunt werewolves in the forest nearby. But all the villagers seem very against it. They do not want anyone to go and hunt the werewolves. But for the gold coin, Dorgu and his grandfather go out into the forest at night anyway. Dorgu actually almost could have been killed. He's separated from the party, and he could have been killed by the werewolves. However, the werewolves spare him. And they kind of recognize this. It brings more questions into mind of why is this person against the werewolves? Why is he hiring people for their extermination? Everyone keeps quitting or leaving. The villagers are protecting the werewolves. There's something upon investigation about if you go into the grave area, the tomb of the previous person in charge of the castle, you'll find something. So anyway, that is the great thing. This is going to be the finale yeah, I think I can push myself and finish it. We can finish it. Damn, it is shaking my head. What is? Yeah, just on the asterisk. Okay, perfect. Let me restart my lo-fi beats. The moon was bright in the sky when Califrax stepped out of the back gate with Nateltha, armed with prying bars, a sword, and a loaded handgun. The mausoleum of the old Earl's family loomed before them. The two exchanged a glance, Califrax looking up at the tower room where his grandson lay asleep. I thought before that bringing him along would be the more foolish risk, but now that I'm here. It'll be all right, Cal, Nateltha said reassuringly. Come, let's hurry. Yes, hurry, Califrax murmured. The two hurrying across the hard-packed ground to the ornate grave. So hurry, and hurrying. I would switch it around a little bit. Twin domes rose from the ground amongst a grove of gnarled trees. A stone staircase, like one leading to a cellar, sank down beneath them. Twin domes rose from the ground amongst a row of gnarled trees. A stone staircase, like one leading to a cellar, sank down beneath them. This part throws off the sentence. A stone staircase sank down beneath them. Makes more sense. And then in a separate sentence, if you want to keep it, it could be like, oh, it looked like one leading down to a cellar if it weren't out in the middle of this grove. Something like that, but in the middle of that sentence, it just throws it off. Califrac laid a hand on his sword, and Ateltha readied the firearm as they descended to the oaken doors barring the way. The door handle was molded into the visage of a wolf, Califrac inserting the key into the beast's muzzle. I'm just checking something. I think I've done this. How's it going? Hi, Sauce. It's good to see ya. Welcome on in. We are reading a few pages, actually the last few pages of a short story by Death's Head here in chat, and we're doing critique. We're giving little feedback and stuff. You guys in chat are also allowed to give feedback and critique, but again, the only rule is you just gotta be nice about it. We all want to be better writers and storytellers together. We don't gotta be mean about it. So if that sounds right up your alley, then hey, welcome on in. So I feel like I've mentioned before, sometimes the rhythm of the sentences, they all roughly the same length, and that makes a very unnatural rhythm. Sometimes there's even like things that could be two sentences with a comma or an and are forced into one sentence. For better rhythm, especially this one, this last sentence here in this paragraph, I feel like it could be separate. The door handle was molded into the visage of a wolf. Califrac inserted the key into the beast's muzzle. Those could be like two separate things. It opened with a hollow click, the door swinging silently on well-oiled hinges. Inside were rows of niches carved deep into the stone walls, each one holding a coffin. Califrac swallowed, carefully hooding a candle. Oh wait, your name's in the way! Can't see. There we go. Carefully hooding a candle when he sparked it to life, making sure that the door was shut before he dared to expose the flame. That one's a bit run on. It's getting close. Coming out for a bit, Lurk. Thank you so much for the lurk. You're going to finish your GED and try the college route for music and writing so you can write a book eventually. That sounds really exciting. But first of all, huge congrats on working on finishing your GED. That sounds really exciting. That's a fun thing. But also, I always say that's not needed. It's not like a gatekept thing of like, oh, in order to be published, you have to get a degree in writing. If you want to learn more, if you have like, hey, some college money, take a creative writing course, have fun with it, then that's all fantastic. I actually was in college first for creative writing before I switched over to sewing and costuming, and I got my degree in that instead. Not the run-on sentence, but also, hey, remember, a lot of stuff with writing can just be learned through time and practice and looking things up online, doing active reading for other stories you like rather than just passive reading. But yeah, if you just want to go to college for music and just have some fun classes for writing, that's totally fine too. No one needs to get a degree just to write a book. By the flickering glow, he and Ateltha made their way down the aisle of the dead, the ceiling coated in cobwebs and floor matted with dust to most recently filled neat weight. By the flickering glow, he and Ateltha made their way down the aisle of the dead, the ceiling coated in cobwebs and floor matted with dust to the most recently filled niche. Okay, so to the niche that's been has the most recent corpse, the one that's most recently filled. Okay, I gotcha. Took me a second. The comma does help. I'm wondering. This is me being nitpicky. Maybe going through Hide and Heart stuff earlier made me nitpicky. So if you don't like the nitpicky suggestions and rewording stuff, just let me know and I'll okay, go ahead. Perfect. I think the sentence should start with he and Ateltha made their way down the aisle of the dead, comma, the flickering glow, the candle casting a flickering glow or something, right? That can be a sentence that's just rearranged. And then the description can just be its own sentence. God, I'm messing up paragraph and sentence, and you guys want to listen to me for advice. You want to learn creative writing? That sounds fantastic. It's really exciting. It's really fun. You don't know exactly about a degree. That's what I said. Even if your degree is in music and you just want to take some fun elective classes about it, it's really fun. You just don't want a ghostwriter. If I was going to use a ghostwriter, might as well use AI or... Sorry, I know it's a bane. No, definitely a ghostwriter is better than AI, quite frankly speaking. There's some very talented ghostwriters out there. But also, yeah, I totally get wanting to do it yourself, wanting to have the pride and the joy of working on your own piece straight from your noggin into like the physical page and making this piece yourself. It's a huge accomplishment. It's something really exciting. Pretty much anything is better than AI in my book, at least. Yeah, especially generative AI. I'm a very this place is a very anti-generative AI. We don't need to talk about it too much in chat. It just normally derails the chat. But yeah, if anyone was wondering, this is a pretty anti-generative AI place. Make the way down the aisle of the dead by the candle's flickering glow. The ceiling was coated in cobwebs and floor matted with dust, quieting their steps as they approached the most recently filled niche. This sentence does read better now. I do like that. I think he and Nateltha made their way down the aisle of the dead. I think then it should be comma, and then reword this bit to like the candle casting a flickering glow on the walls or something. Just you know, make it in your own words. Make it a little spicy, a little cool. A little spicy. Wait, that's not the right word. You're more interested in fashion than anything? That's super exciting. Do you just enjoy design, like fashion design and fashion critique? Or do you actually sew? Lit by the candle? It's true, it's just if you liked the candle's flickering glow. Or that description of a flickering glow. It's like, oh yeah, if you want to keep that, just reword it slightly for that part. That's whatever you want. Flesh flowers lay across the casket bearing the name Earl Thorman, which made the task of levering it out of its place all the more ghoulish. I would end it after the sentence. I would end after Earl Thorman. And then reword this one. I like the description of like, oh, the flowers make it more ghoulish when they have to like open it up. But I would just reword it slightly, like due into the descriptions, especially since you have the room, of like maybe Nateltha like looking disgusted or looking sad as she brings the flowers off, and then they both like look at each other, and then they start levering it out of its place and doing the ghoulishness. Something like that. I think you could expand this a little bit. With pry bars, the two opened the coffin lid, the stench of decay rising into the air. Inside lay a very dead corpse, leathery skin falling away to reveal the bones underneath. I stopped lurking here for a minute to go lurk on Hide and Stream. It's so great. Thank you guys so much for hanging over on Hide and Stream and giving them all the support. I'm so excited for their writing journey. It's going to be great. You enjoy the design aspects. Got into it heavily recently. Sauce, that sounds amazing. I can make like some custom anything. I'd be excited for the creative direction my wearing is basically socks and slides. You wear very normal stuff every day. I getcha. Learning sewing. So I got my degree in costuming and stuff, and I'm slowly working on my handmade wardrobe and my hand knit wardrobe. It's been very, very exciting. So yeah, if you learn design and you start making cool pieces that you think would flatter you or that you would be excited by, it's super worth it to like get into trying to make stuff. Where was I? But the body was not human. Oh, whoa. But the body was not human. Instead, it clearly had the legs of a wolf, fur covering most of the flesh and evidence of a tail behind. while the face was partway between that of a man and beast. Ooh, this is such a cool reveal. So that if the entire thing is the previous person in charge of this place was a werewolf. Let's see here. This is a really cool reveal. Inside lay a very dead corpse, leathery skin falling away to reveal the bones underneath. I like the description of a very dead corpse. It's that little bit of author voice leaking through. I like that. But the body was not human. I wonder if it's it. It clearly had the legs of a wolf, fur covering most of the flesh and evidence. No, I think that's where the end. So I'd say it clearly had the legs of a wolf, fur covering most of the flesh. Period. There was evidence of a tail, like peeking out or through something. Evidence of a tail behind, while the face was partway between that of a man and beast. There we go. I half expected to find a vampire, Nataltha murmured. Instead, we find that the old Earl was a werewolf. Califrac stroked his mustache. Is? His eyes scanning the wall. I think that's just one mustache, right? And there, in a back corner, he noticed a gap in the cobwebs. He pointed towards it. Someone's been through here, the Nataltha said at the same moment. Califrac blinked, seeing that she was pointing at large paw prints in the floor dust. Silently, the two crept to the corner, Califrac feeling the stones until he heard a click and the wall pulled away. Califrac caught a blurry glimpse of a space behind, before there was a snarl and something furry leaped upon him, knocking Califrac to the floor as a woman screamed. Let's see. So really nitpicky one. So it's Califrac feeling the stones until he heard a click and the wall pulled away. Then it repeats Califrac. I would just put he. That way it's not Califrac. We want to mix up the name and the he. So this... That would not just say he. Yeah, see? Califrac feeling the stones until he heard a click and the wall pulled away. He caught a blurry glimpse of a space behind, before there was a snarl and something furry leaped upon him, knocking the old knight to the floor as a woman screamed. It's a bit of a run-on. I'd split it up somewhere. He caught a blurry glimpse of a space behind, before there was a snarl. Something furry leaped upon him, knocking the old knight to the floor as a woman screamed. Yeah, I do like he and the old knight. I think that's really good. That gives the variety to it, but it still feels really natural to the story and the writing. I wonder... This is spaghetti, so this might be a matter of taste. He caught a blurry glimpse of a space behind, before there was a snarl and something furry leaped upon him. Period. And then for the next one, it's the old knight was knocked to the floor as a woman screamed. As a woman screamed. There we go, I can say things. After the stream, I gotta hop on the voice chat channel in the Discord to show y'all something really cool I made. It's gotta be in the voice chat. I hardly actually ever use the voice chat. Are there embroidery streams? I know there's crafting streams, so I'm pretty sure there'd be an embroidery one. This channel was actually supposed to be a crafting channel. It was gonna be me hand sewing and doing different things and making patterns in front of a camera. I just don't have the camera set up in order to show my hands and another camera for the model. But it ended up being a writing and yapping stream. Who knew? So I checked them out stream. Yeah, there's a whole entire crafting section. You can see people doing sewing or knitting, probably embroidery, any kind of crafting thing. There's a crafting section. Which I thought was internet perfect. I always say, you guys don't have to agree with me, I'm just throwing out ideas. A hushed whisper snapped Dorgu from his restless doze. The young squire leaping out of bed. He drew a dagger, steel glinting in the night, as he crept to the door and eased it open. In the hall, he found the werewolf he had seen in the walls skulking in the dark. She turned, light gleaming in her yellow eyes, glancing at Dorgu and then down the hall. This one's phrased funny, because it's light gleaming in her yellow eyes glancing. She glanced at Dorgu and then down the hall. There the mirror had swung aside to reveal a hollow opening beyond. Let me take a sippy. She moved to flee, only for Dorgu to hold his dagger aside. Wait, who are you? She's a monster. That's what she is, came the cruel voice of Tirteg. The Earl stepped silently into view, cradling a crossbow in his hands. Behind him loomed Ulknamir, the mercenary holding up a mace. I thought I heard a rat skulking around my halls. That's Lady Wellery to you, the werewolf growled. You're no lady. You're a beast. A monster, like your father before you. Strong words, echoed the voice of Califrac. Out of the secret passage behind the mirror stepped the old knight. Should it be behind the... I don't think we need behind the mirror. Out of the secret passage stepped the old knight, his sword drawn and cheek bloody from a claw scratch. From a scoundrel and a usurper. I hired you, Tirteg spat. And the lady wife of the late Earl explained how that came to be, Califrac said. A boy wolf around Dorgu's age appeared beside Califrac in the passage, along with an older werewolf woman, and Telfa looming behind with a handgun. That gets a little... That one's run on. I split it up. Now, Tirteg, how about you put down the crossbow and leave peacefully? You cannot believe that these monsters are the rightful rulers of this valley. There was a meow, Whiskers stepping out of the closet and nuzzling Wellery's leg, a purr echoing through the hall. Califrac snorted. She doesn't like strangers. Do you do commissions for stuff? I'll collect masks. Oh, I collect masks, and was wondering if you could do a custom ski mask. I bought one once, and they tried to make me order like 24 of them. We mostly do patches and hand sewing work for embroidery, like some hand sewn details and then like the custom patches. I haven't worked on a ski mask. Let me what am I picturing when I think of a ski mask? Am I thinking of the right thing? Ski mask. But I wouldn't sew one. I just don't need to. And there's plenty of ski mask links out there. So if you want like a patch or something on one, I wouldn't mind. Just depends on what kind of patch you want. To hell with you, Tirteg snarled, shouldering the crossbow. Do you want to use the full Hell? Or is it hell with just one L and a more older style of doing it? Because I know you're doing handgun in the more old-timey way in some other words. But I think hell can just be normal hell. Duck! Califrac shouted. Whaley took a step towards Tierteg instead, growling as she lifted her clawed hands. Dorgu dove into her and knocked her to the floor, a hiss and then an explosion shattering the air. Tierteg collapsed, clutching a smoking hole in his chest as Oaknamer fled down the stairs. As blood pooled around the false Earl, he glared at Welwy with Dorgu on her back. Damned beast. Lady Ulriga sat at her table for the first time in many moons. Her son Earl Besron and her daughter Lady Whaley on either side. The trio ate roasted pork with gusto while Califrac, Nataltha, and Dorgu looked on. It was halfway through the midnight meal when the ladies stopped their eating. Their feasting. Hell is Helheim. It's a place in Norse mythology. Was that what like Old Norse hell with one letter? If it's a reference to the Norse, should it just be the full Helheim? No, to hell with you instead to Helheim with you. That does sound. Could it be a capital H? Oh, it looks more purposeful. Right now, at its current way, it looks like a typo. But this should also be feasting. I don't think it should be easting. Wiping their extended mouths before turning to their guests. You have my gratitude, Sir Califrac, Ulriga said, bowing her head. Yes, well, thanks for pulling your son off me when he scratched off my face, Califrac said, rubbing at his raw wounds. Thank you for pulling your son off me before he scratched off my face. Sorry, Besron said between mouthfuls. You startled me. And you're seeing a very young character is texting. Should I have intentional typos and grammatical errors in there to emphasize her youth? I mean, that's one of the things. If she... Because for me personally, like, when I was texting a lot as a kid, I didn't really have too many typos or stuff. I think it kind of depends generationally and how... Not to be in a rude way, but, like, how smart or dumb you want her to be portrayed as. If, it's casual, but she's still smart, she can be using shorthand for stuff, but I want to do typos. If she's really, really smart and stuff and thoughtful, she could still be writing things out fully. If she's kind of, you know, like dumb, generic, like dumb kiddo or whatever, or that's like the extent of her character arc, then yeah, do typos, do like whatever. It kind of depends on her character, but just someone being young doesn't necessarily mean they're stupid. I don't. That's kind of the thing you gotta balance. My best friend from elementary school is Norse pagan, and he talks a lot about the 9 realms, and hell is the realm of the dead. Very cool. Is there any danger of your particular curse? Nataltha began, only for Welry to interrupt with a laugh. No, Ulriga said in a reassuring tone. Our family's curse must be passed on by more potent magic and rituals than a mere scratch. Else the whole valley would have turned bestial long ago. I should know, having accepted it willingly from my dear departed Thormund. You ought never to have trusted that steward Tierteg, Melry muttered, wringing her clawed hands. Speaking of stewardship, Califrac said quietly, will you be needing my services through the winter? Of course, if you're willing, Welry said quickly. I've served our nobility, Califrac muttered. Tell me, why are the people of the valley so loyal to you? Nataltha asked. We keep our full wolf cousins away from their sheep, and make the woods impassable for any would-be foe. Lowry replied. And our condition keeps us from becoming entangled in the dynastic struggles that might send their sons into harm's way. Well, this will certainly be an interesting winter, Gallifrak muttered. Grandpa, Dorgu whispered. What is it, lad? He leaned up and put his lips to his grandfather's ear. Lowry is pretty. Lowry gasped when Wild Bishorn snickered, Ulriga laughing. Oh my. How did you hear me? Dorgu asked. Lad, look at their ears. They'll hear everything you whisper. Gallifrak sighed, looking over the table as his new leashes resumed their meals, devouring the meat like wolves. Oh well, they'll pay me well. The valley should become a friendlier place from here on out. End. So one thing, it felt like this ending was a very different tone than the rest of the piece. It felt like suddenly there was a shift. There was a shift here into like like cutesy roundup, make an all happy ending. I'm not saying it's bad to have a happy ending. I do like the fact there's a happy ending. The werewolves kind of win the day. It just, the tone of the piece felt different. The tone of the writing felt different. There's a shift here. You're just saying, am I making sense? Hopefully, this tone, the style of the round just shifted for this ending scene. I mean, it almost feels like that. Let me see. Pagan pride. Yeah, I'm not against the happy ending. I really like it because, again, I'm a huge werewolf fan. I'm happy that the werewolves took back what was theirs, but it felt a little. The dialogue felt a little odd. Them just explaining everything like that to technically Gallifrak and Ataltha, but it almost felt like explaining to us, the readers. Like they were like turning and pivoting to the camera and being like, "Oh, this is how it works out. This is why us being werewolves has been great over here." It almost felt like that turning to the audience and explaining it. It almost felt a little bit dumbed down too, just them having this happy meal. Everyone else is just watching, apparently. Like where have they been? Why haven't the werewolves just killed Tyrteg? They could have killed Tyrteg whenever. If them being werewolves keeps away dynastic struggles that might send their sons into wars. If them being werewolves is strong enough that it doesn't send their sons into useless battles and wars, right? Why couldn't they just go after one stupid Tyrteg? Tyrteg's just a human. Welcome to Critiques by Raccoons. Paganism is cool, but I lean more into it as a philosophy than a religion. Is that offensive? I don't know if that's offensive. I also don't know what you're saying in here. We're having a werewolf discussion. Oh my goodness. But hey, whatever you take out of it, whatever makes you happy, as long as you do no harm, then hey, whatever works. Whatever works. But also, anything can be offensive to anyone. Like, hey, it just is. You just gotta be polite as you can be, and then do the best you can, and not let anyone tell you otherwise. So let's see. It's kind of explained to the audience. I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, this was so good, and then this ending just felt tonally different to me. I'm offended, JK. Thank you for the posture check. Everyone, unshrimp your spines, straighten out those spines. If you have any pet skeletons you've rescued from the local cemetery or local crypt, because remember, you want to adopt, not shop. So all your pet skeletons, make sure they're not shrimped over. That's gonna hurt their bones. It's not good for their spinal bones. So let's see. Werewolves are Greek mythology. It's a critique on cannibalism and a curse. That's the lore, at least. Very cool. My pet bone plant. Maybe instead Walry could be asking Califrac to stay because he feels it's going to be a long winter ahead. That can feel a bit more natural rather than Califrac asking. Walry extending the invitation could feel a bit more organic. That could be a good hint. I didn't do that, right? Okay. I like that. So let's see. Maybe even rather than this is just a suggestion. It's spaghetti on the wall. Take what you want, throw away the rest. The line starts with them already at the table just eating. It's a very harsh shift, so maybe having a line or two before this, where it's it mentions like, oh, like after getting up and checking that Tyrteg was dead, they had gone down to the kitchens and tired and gross, like they prepared a midnight feast or something without talking. Like that kind of, like, just kind of mentioning what happened in a sentence or two between these two things. You just finished a Court of Thorns and Roses? Right? That's what it is, right? You turn a fan? All good. Winter's coming. What PP person? Wait, what? Also, I won't spoil anything, but me and Zoe have a very interesting idea on how to end the Civil War. I'm excited! I'm excited! Oh, so they fully disposed the Tyrteg's body. I'm over here like, yeah, can they eat it? Can they just fucking eat Tyrteg? Or are they too civilized for that? Are these nobility werewolves too civilized for that? I'm over here like, you can eat Tyrteg. Oh, well, Tyrteg died, but Ulknamir fled. I wonder if one of the other werewolves would have even, like, gone and chased after Ulknamir and like hunted him down and like fucking, if they almost ripped off Califrac's face, maybe they do rip off Ulknamir's face. Oh, sorry, wait. So I was saying, Ulknamir fled. So Tyrteg died, Ulknamir fled. I'm even wondering if there could be something about if the wolves almost took off Califrac's face, because he makes the mention, oh yeah, your son almost tore off my face. I wonder if one of the werewolves could chase Ulknamir down and, like, rip off his face. Cryptid doesn't cry reading the ending. I failed as a writer. Don't make me want to cry on stream. That's not a nice goal. I don't want to do that. I'll end the stream. But yeah, best on, I don't know if I'm saying the names right. I'm probably not. I'm definitely not. But yeah, he almost by accident, just by being frightened, tore off Califrac's face. So like, hey, what a kind of parallel to have him hunt down Ulknamir. Rip his face off. Rip his head off. Looks like he only scratched Califrac. Yeah, but he's still a werewolf. He could have. If a werewolf is close enough to your face to scratch it, a werewolf is close enough to your face for you not to have a face anymore. That's just werewolf facts. That's werewolf facts. I am a werewolf facts expert. Don't trust me on this. I don't know. Oh, Ulknamir appears in several of the sequels? Okay. Okay, I guess he can't die then. Well, damn. I want someone to have their face ripped off. I want werewolves to go bite them. But yeah, I was even questioning, like, why haven't the werewolves killed Tyrteg? He's just one Tyrteg. I think a group of werewolves could take on one tier tag. And so I think tier tag can die. I think. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, those are my suggestions. I was in it. I was 100% in it. Just the ending. The tone is different. I'll double check that. I'd play around with the ending if you wanted my advice. Now, do you have to? Nah. It's whatever you want. But otherwise, that's kind of we finished the werewolf story. Finished one of several werewolf stories. I'm excited. Till death. Well, sorry, white boy. I think I'm having a stroke reading yours. Tell death about Wallery asking Cricket to stay. Damn it, the typos, yeah. The typos are giving me a stroke. Oh. But otherwise, that is it. Thank you so much for submitting so many times and being patient enough that we did read it in sections and segments. I love a good werewolf story. I'm excited by this. And you've even hinted before, you got a couple more werewolf stories. I think you're a werewolf story dealer, and I'm looking for a werewolf story dealer. Oh, so you have to act on every smallest bit of critique you get until your stories are barely connected mess. No. Hi, Triangle, but also don't listen to Triangle. He's joking. Yeah, should I submit the sequel? I would love it if you did. That'd be really exciting. Oh, thank you for the hydrate or dihydrate. Here's your sippy. I need a good werewolf story to look forward to. That way I can look at my stories and be like, yeah, there's at least one werewolf story here. Now someone else's work, I think Zatar is working on the pirate story, so there's a pirate story, there's a werewolf story. Turn back while you can? What do you mean? I like werewolf stories. Or are you telling Death's Head to turn back? To run away and leave the cult before it's too late. But otherwise, those are all the critiques my blue brain can give. That's it. I'm very limited in what I can suggest. That is what I got. That is what the Blueba has to you today for those critiques. So it sounds like we're gonna check in on Raccoon Channel 6 News then. I know they said they were close. Let me take a look-see here. You want to wear bunny? That's true. We do have Banincula, who is the vampire bunny. But really, when do we get a were-bunny representation? That's a good point. Just a couple more and it'll be done? Okay. I don't know if we have enough time then for a full critique. Let me pull up the queue. Let me see here. What do we got? What do we got to keep everyone entertained and busy while we wait here? I did see Arya, but I think they're busy writing stuff. Were bunnies are the bomb? Ooh, what were bunny media can you recommend for everyone in chat? Where can we learn more about the were bunnies? What was this? This was Death's Head. Okay, already removed from the queue. Okay. So then, who else do I have? I have Lord Sanctify, Eli, Superstar, Nova, Hugo Galler, Superstar again, Raymond, Documancer, Arya, who's busy working on Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd be helping Zoe with stuff. So Arya, are you okay with maybe a short one while Zoe finishes up? We might just get like a page done until Zoe's ready for us to do Raccoon Channel 6 News. Does that sound okay? Let me know if that sounds good. I can start getting your stuff ready. Let me see. So Arya is Documancer Arya. Okay. This is fanfic of the unofficial Vocaloid character Osage-chan. Did I say that right? Osage? Chelsea. What will you say to Archie about Baby Raccoon is missing? Hold on, let me delete this. That's that. That's this. This is here. Let me put in Aria, because otherwise people will tell me that I forgot it, and I didn't forget it. I'm just waiting to do it. So Aria Rose Books. We'll see. Story by Aria Rose Books. And hey, it fits! Yay! Okay, but yeah, this is fanfic of the unofficial vocal-like character Osage-chan. Let me delete this one. Perfect. Okay. It's also incomplete, by the way. No problem. What will I say to Archie about Baby Raccoon is missing? I think it depends. Like, I'm here on stream joking about it and being all evil and stuff, right? If Cryptid heard the news from the news channel, Cryptid might run over and, like, start asking Archie, like, Archie, I need you... Hold on, let me rephrase. If Cryptid heard from some other raccoons, or from someone else, that baby raccoon was missing on your story, I don't know how your story is playing this out, then I think Cryptid would run to Archie and ask Archie to make an emergency broadcast to let everyone know that baby raccoon is missing, right? Because where's baby raccoon? We gotta find out. Archie, someone... Do Channel 6 News, put a broadcast out. We're looking for baby raccoon. We gotta get this raccoon found. He's just a baby. If in your story, Cryptid, just like kind of in this chat, is the one responsible, was maybe the last one seen with baby raccoon before yeeting him across the planet and suddenly gaining a fridge, and Archie's asking cryptic questions. I think kind of like the same tone like I was having here in chat, right? Where I'm like, no, that's fine. You just didn't show up for work today. No, I'm sure it's fine. Hey, look at this new fridge I got. Everything's fine. And then you can kind of cast jokingly Cryptid as the villain with that, right? It's all fun and games. And then Baby Raccoon will show up in the future. It's fine. Missing child milk cartons with the raccoon's sad eyes. Well, current idea is slamming the door open, interrupting Archie's news. So just to clarify, so Archie doesn't know baby raccoon's missing yet, right? So Cryptid's gonna race in and be like, baby raccoon's missing. Alrighty. Let me see over here. So is that kind of the vibe, Zoe? That Cryptid's gonna be delivering the news? Let me see. You guys can see. Oh, the story you guys cannot see. It's cut off. Let me fix it up for you guys, so you guys can start reading the. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay. How about? Do you want to DM me the? Oh, Archie doesn't know. See, Archie doesn't know. Okay. So let me go over to the assignment desk. Okay, so let's see over here. Let me see. You guys can read stuff for a second. You guys can listen to the sweet lo-fi beats. You guys can listen to me murmuring to myself as I type things up. So, Cryptid. See her. And down quickly. And sideways to enters through the doorway. Maybe in the future this will just be something that we just write off stream. So I don't like interrupting the stream for this. find here regarding causes. There. Okay. I just haven't gotten your vibes down to write you down. It's all good. But I always say, like, the Raccoon Channel 6 News, it's kind of like fanfic. I'm always okay with you guys yoinking my character for stuff. I wrote the first part. If you want to respond to it, like if Archie is like wide-eyed or like ask questions or something like that, and then I'll write a response after. But I did the first part. So while you type something to that, I'll start reading Arya's book. Does that sound good? That sound good, everybody? We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make it work. Okay. Oh, Pop-Up, get out of here. When you're done with your part, just message me here in chat, and I'll go back over to it. We'll take a look-see again. As the time hit 6:30, the sharp alarm blared. It wasn't serving any purpose, though, as the girl lying in the bed next to it was already woken up by the sounds from her neighbors. Exercising, arguing over the phone, the thin apartment walls did very little to block the noise. Even though she had been woken up, she needed the alarm to signal to her that it was time to get out of bed. Rolling over, she pulled her phone off the charger to check her notifications. A weather update, a new movie recommendation, and a text from her mom. It had been a few weeks since they had last talked, so she opened it with excitement. Cryptid Roots text-based roleplay. Oh no. So this is... it's a text. Hey Asage, your sister Kai is doing a show in the town neighboring yours. She wanted me to send you the info. Attached to the message was a flyer. Do you guys think... this may be personal taste. Do you guys think... when it's a text, should it be in quotation marks like it's spoken? Should it be in, like, italics? Without quotation marks? What do you guys think? Oh, so I didn't mean that you had to write your response. You could just let me know that you updated. Expired milk raccoon style? Interesting. So let me, what do you guys think? What way should text messages be, like, portrayed format-wise? Should it be in quotation? Should it be italicized? Just singular quotation marks rather than the full quotation marks? That's a method too. In my gut, I wanted to do italics, but maybe that was just me thinking. That was just my personal bias.
Yes, Lord.
What
You're
the
live
fuck?
with Anderson Paak. Let's talk pro money moves.
Hey,
Sorry, that's my...
rent by bank.
that is my lo-fi beats going to ads. That's what that thing is. So I'm gonna mute that for a second and let the ads roll. That's how focused I was on writing stuff for Raccoon Channel 6 News. I don't think you guys can hear it. I think you can just hear me yapping real quick. Let me go back. There we go. Now it's just lo-fi beats again. Oh. Separate paragraph quotations or italics if it's mixed in with normal text. You lost it. What do you mean you lost me? I told you guys. I'm focusing on stuff for Raccoon Channel 6 News. What do you mean you redeemed a focus? You know what I'm doing. I'm doing the news stuff for you guys. This is for you. Oh my goodness. Anyway, here's contact me. Oh. That one here. Right here. People on this American note, people call the hotline here. There, okay, that's the response. It's not, I know it's not new for me to be distracted. It's, you guys get free critiques, and the price you pay is you gotta listen to my ADHD rambles and me getting distracted. That is the price we pay. And my viewer count goes down. It's what happens. Attached to the message was a flyer. Asagi let out a sigh of disappointment. Of course, the first message her mom had sent in weeks was about Kai. She was always a star child. A famous musician at the age of 11 and an open extrovert, Asagi always seemed to fade into the shadows. Wait a second. Hello! Have you anything? Oh my god, these raccoons in chat are pressing the hydrate or dihydrate button all the time. I've had plenty of water to drink, but thank you so much. How are you doing tonight? Cryptid shiny ball? No, I can't be distracted by the shinies. We're focusing. But also, hello, welcome on in. So this line here, the first part is a famous musician at the age of 11 and an open extrovert. I think is talking about Kai, but then it's comma Asagi always seemed to fade into the shadows. It's like mixing up which character it's talking about. You're a little tired, so I head to bed. Just wanted to pop in. Oh, that's so sweet. But yeah, get some rest, get some sleep, get some shut-eye. Listen, it's more important to take care of you. But thank you for popping in and just chatting for a bit. It's okay. When are we gonna see you putting in some stories over here for critique? When are we gonna get to read your writing? It can be another day, though. I'm just pulling your chain. But yeah, get some good sleep. Have a nice drink. Get all comfy and cozy. Now wasn't the time to sulk about it, though. She had to get to class. She pulled her uniform out of the dryer, barely noticing the mildew smell. She slipped on her dress shoes, being careful as to not damage them further. She could already be dress coded for the damage already on her shoes. Already, and already is repeated twice. We call run-on sentences, not the structurally correct ones that are just long. It's just the damage isn't bad enough to be noticeable at first glance. Fortunately, there was no rule against mildew smelling clothes, so long as there's no visible stains. So the detail of the mildew smelling clothes is repeated twice. We just had that description in the same paragraph. So I think we could reword this. Like, fortunately, there was no rule against clothes smelling, so long as there were no visible stains, right? It can be like slightly varied in the description. Asagi grabbed her bag and slipped out the front door, being careful not to make any noise. Is that for English second language ass doesn't know the real definition? I getcha. Yeah, sometimes run-on sentences are like overly long, even though they keep adding commas and punctuation and stuff, so that way it's like technically right. It still like looks really, really long and doesn't give you a pace to really breathe. Like the Pledge of Allegiance, or the American Pledge of Allegiance, that's all like one sentence. That's a long run-on sentence, let me tell you. Hey Callie. But then there's also ones that aren't technically as long, but they have so much information in it that's different information, and it kind of makes the sentence get a little too long, a little too convoluted. So I get you. That one loved his long sentences. Well, I don't love him. Listen. I don't need it. I don't need overly long sentences. You feel the same. Good. Well, we'll not love people together. We'll be joined. It'll be an anti-love group. So one of the things I'm noticing in this one is that we're starting with the waking up to an alarm clock, just starting the day, just everyday stuff. It doesn't quite feel like the start of the story, like this is the start. It seems like it's just like the common trap of just starting at the beginning of the day rather than the start of the story. And even some things are kind of just explained to us. It's mostly just an excuse to have a lot of background lore about the siblings, about everything with the mom, about the waking up early in the back, rather than just putting us in the moment of a cool scene with Osage and whatever's the inciting incident to what is about to come. I want to establish Osage's normal life before throwing her into the action, but her normal life doesn't need to be this bland. It doesn't need to be the normal life at the start of the day. You can introduce Osage's normal life moments before whatever the inciting incident is. Even people who start with like a little bit of the quote-unquote normal life, the average life before starting the inciting thing, still have something exciting happening. So instead of like, let's say a character is, this was like an example, I saw someone else's thing, I'm totally taking this example, this isn't my original example. Someone's thing was their character was going to the dojo, to go and learn cool karate stuff because they're the best karate person there at the dojo. And then later on that day, after their dojo time, they're going to slip into, I think, a magical world. Like, supernatural stuff is going to happen. So the start of it is before they arrive at the dojo, and the first draft was they were just walking to the dojo. They had their class and they learned cool moves at the dojo. And then the magical stuff happened, right? To amp it up a bit, they changed it to they were running, right? They're dodging traffic because they're running late for their time for their class at the dojo. That's still an excitement, it's just an everyday excitement. It's an ordinary way to so readers were instantly grabbed into somebody dodging past the cars and racing down the sidewalk and almost slipping. There was that exciting incident. Oh my god, this character's running late. That was the everyday excitement. That was the everyday like thing before then the actual thing happened, which is after the dojo class, the karate class. They go into a magical supernatural world. There's I don't remember what it was. So that's what I'm saying, like, oh, just her waking up, explaining the background stuff, getting dressed, going to school. I'm like, this isn't the start of the story. Like, it could even the reason why that trope of animes opening up with a character running late with toast in their mouth was because of that. It's a really easy shorthand to have an inciting thing happen in their everyday ordinary life. Oh look, the character's not just walking to class, they're running late for class. That way you're instantly like, something is happening, will they make it to class or not? And then whatever anime shenanigans happen. You try to hang out on multiple streams to spread out the good vibes. That's really nice. But that's kind of what I'm feeling with this. I'm like, this is the start of the day, not the start of the plot. Let's see, I'm gonna let you guys read for a second while I check this. Okay, okay. You guys keep reading. Give Arya some advice, some feedback. Okay, I think that's, hi nerd! Oh my goodness, sorry, you're giving it out the quiet time. I don't like being quiet on the stream. But yeah, that was me giving my response for Archie, for Zoe here in chat, to hopefully have finished it. I don't think there's anything else needed for Cryptid. I think that's it for me, unless Zoe needs anything else. If you need to just shush Cryptid awkwardly off stage, off the camera after Archie says stuff, that's fine. Go ahead and write it. Whatever you want. Cryptid is your character to play with. But that's it for me, unless you need something else. So now we're gonna refocus here. We have Arya's piece right here on the screen. We're just finishing most of page 1. So now we're gonna go ahead and continue. And maybe after we get to the second page here, if Zoe's ready, then we could get to Raccoon Channel 6 News. But let's go ahead and keep reading right now. So we had the comment about formatting for the text, and we had the comment about, like, is this the right spot in the story? Or is there a way to add something to the story to make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more enticing, even though it's the everyday average life? There's still everyday exciting things that happen in your ordinary life. Like running late, or even like something like crying. This character could have been crying in bed because she's so upset about her sister and the mom. Just something to yoink, to grab that reader's attention, grab that attention span. Asage carefully walked through the halls, trying to ignore the dust piles in every corner and the marijuana smell from the neighbors' doors. She walked past the drunken elevator. Oh, what was that? The broken elevator and onto the dusty stairs. Dust piles and dust-y are repeated, before walking out the front entrance of the building. Finally out of her neighbor's view, she put on her Yuki name tag and walked towards the train station. Surrounded by people waiting to meet up with their friends to board the train, Asage simply boarded it without a second thought. The lag train, she had nicknamed it, giving the way time seems to slow down on it. There were a few conversations on the train, all of which were drowned out by the low hum. Asage felt just at home there. Of course, nothing good can last forever, as her moments of peace on the train were occasionally interrupted by the same few interactions. Wow, you must be Kayuki's sister, she would hear over and over again, at least once a week. She always smiled amidst the annoyed and acted. She always smiled amidst the annoyal and acted polite. That's a little oddly phrased. I would rephrase the sentence. The follow-up was usually something like, can you tell her that I love her music? Or, when's her next show? And Usagi would always give the best answer she could muster. Of course, they never asked for Usagi's autograph. As the lag train reached its stop, Usagi and some of her other classmates got off, climbing out of the station across the street from the front entrance of the university. Hey, a voice called out to Usagi. Cooler girl. Usagi sighed while turning to face him. You know I hate that nickname, she muttered in annoyance. But the story behind it is just too funny, he said in amusement. So now it looks like we're going into a flashback. Bye for tonight. Bye, Trickster. It was good having you. Thank you so much for joining us. So nothing plot-wise is happening here. I think you're too caught up on the idea of starting with the average life, and it's not being pulled off effectively. Because now we're even into the second thing here. And each scene doesn't have a lot going on to it, so the pacing's really fast too, even though it feels slow, because not a lot's happening in each scene. She wakes up, she's checking her messages, she thinks about how Kai's more famous instead of her. She's walking out of her apartment building. She's boarding the train. She thinks about how people can recognize her. We're not even in an interaction, we're like referencing back previous interactions that they're all the same, so we're not even in a current scene here with like somebody awkwardly asking her like, are you Kayuki's sister? Oh my god, can I have an autograph? That would at least put us in the moment. That would be an interesting scene of like, oh, like what is this? Like what's happening? Why is this person like asking our main character for someone else's autograph? What's here? That would put the readers in a moment that's something that's a problem or a trouble in everyday life. This is part of her everyday life. People bothering her on the train over Kayuki. So that's why I'm saying this could be a really good starting scene here. But even then, it's not actually in the moment. It's just referencing all the past ones. She then has an interaction with another character, but almost in the next paragraph, it then goes into a flashback explaining it. That's why I'm like, all the scenes are so fast. I mean, the scene actually boring. I think so. I think you overemphasize the boring everyday life. Versus, like, if the scene started in the train car, somebody's looking awkwardly at her, and Usagi is trying desperately not to meet their gaze, even though she can tell that they're looking at her. And that this annoying person is approaching her, and she's trying to like psychically send away. It's like, no, leave me alone, do not ask me that. It's always the same thing. Maybe she even tries to wear like a face mask to look different, but people still recognize her. She's like trying to hunch and look at her book or her iPad or something that to not draw attention. She's trying to like block the person off with like their backpack and just mentally sending the vibes of do not bother me. But once again, this annoying stranger is like, hey, I'm sorry, are you Kayuki's sister? And then she's like, do I lie? Do I do this? And then other people are now starting to murmur around her and draw attention. Do you see how that's part of her everyday life, but it's something unique to the reader, so the readers are captivated by it, like, oh my god, what's going on? And so maybe she like tries to whisper back to the person like, no, yeah, that's my sister. And then they could be like, oh my god, when's her next concert? Can you tell her I'm a fan? Are you able to get me an autograph? And she's just grumbling in her mind like, I don't know you. Why would I ever get you an autograph? And maybe even being sad because when was the last time she talked to her sister? If she hasn't talked to her mom in a few weeks, maybe she hasn't even talked to her sister in longer since her sister's famous. And that could be a really, really strong start of it. But I think everything else here is just the start of the day, not the start of the story. Let's go into this flashback scene. It was Halloween of the previous year. Osage arrived at a Halloween party that her friend had invited her to. Osage had worn her usual gray hoodie, but also wore bunny ears on her head, high heels, and wrapped ribbons around her legs. It was simple, but was the most effort she had put into a costume in years. Her friend, on the other hand, wore a large, detailed lich costume. Well, if that's the case, then all more power to you. It hasn't been boring at all. In? What's the in for? Wait, what? Did I misread it? Sage was awestruck and went to say hi. She tried to say bestie and leech, but accidentally merged them and said bitch. This out-of-the-blue insult had earned her the nickname Cooler Girl. Wait, what? How does this earn her the nickname Cooler Girl? That her messing up and saying bitch might get her the nickname the bitch girl, or the mean girl, or the rude girl. But why the cooler girl? That doesn't work. It's a reference to a Vocaloid song? Okay, I think references are fine, as long as people who don't get the references can still not be thrown off. It should still make sense even if you don't get a reference. Like, for reference, Gilmore Girls, right? I know people like hate on Gilmore Girls now. That was very fast-paced, witty, reference-heavy dialogue every single episode for multiple seasons. The Rory and her mom were like going back and forth with constant references all the time. But even if you did not know those references, if you turn that on right now and you do not understand any of those references because now they're older and you're a little bit younger, right? It's still fine. It still makes sense because they'll be doing something and you know, we'll be like, oh yeah, like, no, it's fine. Your outfit looks just like so-and-so. Insert show character here. And then the mom will be like, oh no, not that grandma, right? You get what they're saying. You get when they're doing like little insults or jibes or references that they're being out of date or wearing whatever thing. You still get the reference, what it's trying to say, even if you don't actually know what the reference is from. Morning routine works, but it's got to be super deliberate, and you kind of have to know what you're doing. Yeah, and here I don't think it's pulled off well. I think out of the first 2.5 pages, from what I've seen, I think that train scene would maybe be the strongest start out of the pages we've seen. I don't know what else happens later on. For if this reference interfered with the story, I think it does, because one, you deviated from the story for an entire flashback sequence to explain it. So that just naturally on the page. We have an entire flashback on on the second and third page dedicated to explaining this. So that physically takes the readers out of this scene to focus on a flashback that moves the reader's attention around. And it doesn't quite make sense. So let me see here. Flashback will have some more impact later on. Okay. In that case, then you could keep it as long as it has an impact, if it's plot relevant, but maybe a different place for it. Because again, for where it is right now, we have a wake-up scene, we have a check her text message scene, we have her getting dressed, leaving the apartment, going on the train, having thoughts about the train, and then finally she's actually doing it right. She's interacting with another character, and then we derail it to a flashback, right when stuff is like finally happening, when there's some interaction, when something's going on. I wonder if we could have the flashback somewhere else. To say that class was born would be so we leave the flashback just to then fast forward past where their interaction was. We just leave that scene. And now we're in class. To say that class was born would be an understatement. Everything from the slight chill in the air to the professor's completely monotone voice nearly drove the entire room into a slumber. What's this reference to 9 pages? You made a reference to 9 pages earlier with someone's like a play. Of course, Usage was no stranger to melancholic days like this. She only saw peace amidst the silence. Just as quickly as it started, the day ended and it was time for Usage to return home. Oh my, so like nothing happened today. Wait, nothing happened. Once more aboard the lag train, once more through the crowded station, once more through the dirty apartment, and once more through her front door. Even with how peaceful and uneventful the day was, even though she couldn't recall a single word she muttered that day, she was exhausted. Every moment outside the comfort of her home seemed to zap the energy out of Usage. She let out a deep sigh, dropping her bag to the floor, kicking off her shoes, and flopping onto her stiff mattress. As she laid silent on her bed, trying to recover her energy before she could do anything else, Usage's phone buzzed, a text from Kai. She expected it to be a simple reminder of her upcoming show, a brag about a new milestone, something like that. Still, Usage opened it. Hi, Usage! Hello, Kai. How are you? I'm doing great. How are you? Same as always. What did you want to talk about? I'm gonna be really busy next week with school, shows, fan meets and greets, all sorts of things. I don't have time to talk on your birthday, but I still have a surprise waiting for you. Smiley ubu face. I'm torn if I should watch this stream or Hayden's. Also, hello. Pet Bang, go over to Hayden's! We're about to switch over to Raccoon Channel 6 News. Okay, Raccoon Channel News ended. Perfect. So I'll wrap up here if I find a good stopping spot. Blah, 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 blah. Stopping point. But yeah. Yeah, if you want to hang out for Raccoon Channel 6 News, that will be in a few minutes. But otherwise, go hang out with Hayden. Come on! Usage smiled slightly, happy that Kai remembered her birthday even when she couldn't remember her own. The thought that her birthday was tomorrow hadn't crossed Usage's mind all day. Perhaps she could invite some friends over? The thought made her realize how dirty her apartment was. The trash can was overflowing. There was a strange mildew smell throughout the entire apartment. A pile of laundry in the corner, stains all over a counter, a bra hanging from her closet doorknob. It was a disaster, one she didn't have the time or energy to fix in a day. Looking over the mess, she was nearly overwhelmed. The thought of trying to clean it in time for her birthday felt impossible. But was it? The simple act of taking out the trash had such a visual impact on the apartment that it motivated her to keep going. So then we skipped through the actual cleaning. So yeah, it's almost like every scene is not important enough to actually linger on. We just keep going on to the next one. Incense cleared the smell. The pile of laundry was mostly puffy things, like jackets and blankets, making it seem much greater than it actually was. Yet even with how simple these tasks were, only they left Usage tired. Putting her phone on the charger, she decided to take a quick 5-minute break. Those 5 minutes quickly turned to 10, then 30, then an hour, and then... knock knock. Oh, I think Kai's here. Next thing, looks like Kai's here. Surprised her. But anyway, that's where I'm gonna leave it off for that. That was 4 pages? That was 4 pages. That was a good little dent. But yeah, I'm not sure, to recap, I'm not sure that was the right start. Even now, seeing if the inciting incident is Kai being here and having that interaction, which it looks like the next few pages are, I wonder if then should the start of it even be with them awkwardly in her room and trying to talk about stuff and not having a lot to talk about, or whatever interaction they have. Should that be the start of it? And having all those thoughts and feelings going in her head about this interaction with her famous sister while she's not as famous. That kind of stuff. Like thinking intentionally about where you want the start to be. But otherwise, and then formatting for text. I think those were the only two. That's the two I got for the cryptic critiques. But otherwise, I hope that helps. I hope I explain myself well. People will say I'm pedantic. That's fine. It's not an insulting term at all, even though it technically is. It's totally fucking fine. So once more aboard the lag train is a very solid start to a story. It gets the point across, showcases the monotony of the day, and propels us into the plot. I do like that as a start. That would be a good start. Once more aboard the lag train. That's explaining, when I said earlier about that, that's those details on the train car. Someone's bothered. Someone's looking at her. She's trying to avoid eye contact. Someone's getting ready. She already knows what they're gonna say. And they're like, excuse me. She doesn't want people to look over. She's trying to curl up in her seat and not have people look at her. Maybe we can wrap it up at the start of the next stream. I don't see anything wrong with that. Just go ahead and ask for that in the chat when I do roll call. Otherwise, I'll forget. Just because I have ADHD, I'll just forget. Just mention it in the Discord chat. That way I can remember. And then resubmit, because I think I already deleted your entry, so just resubmit your entry. That way I can pull it up again next time. But I mean, I think this is always going to be in 2, because it's like the 3. I normally only do like 3 or 4 pages for like on the higher end. Sometimes it's just 2. So yeah, having it be like 7 pages, I'm like, yeah, that was always going to be split in 2. That's a lot of reading. So that is that one. Alrighty. So, hold on, I'm like waking myself up. I'm like refocusing. We are doing Raccoon Channel 6 News. Was the longest I've written so far. That's really exciting, Zoe. Let's take a look-see. Let me get the window set up for Raccoon Channel 6 News. There's different little alerts over here, so let me set up. It's not the assignment desk, it's Raccoon News. Let's see, game window. Here we go. Maybe? Let's see. Yeah, great job. You should be super proud of what you wrote. Just because there's critique doesn't mean it wasn't good. You see all the other writers here, they get critiques. Hold on, I'm formatting stuff. Let me do the title. Channel 6 News. Okay. And then I can do the color. It's moved over a smidge. Why are you saying, oh boy? Right. I know it's hard to read. That's fine. I'll be reading it anyway. I'll be reading it to you guys anyway. Okay. This is a closer up of the missing poster. If you guys want to see it, it's the missing poster. Roots did do that. This is unsolicited and isn't necessarily directed at anyone in particular. Okay. But keeping track of where the plot is going and what you specifically want to communicate to your audience is very important. I agree with that. Hone in on what the narrative wants to focus on and then make the deliberate choice to focus on those things. I think that's a really good point, nerd. That is good advice overall. Let me see over here. Let's see. Should I do the intro again? I'm gonna pause the lo-fi bit. Hold on. Let everyone know, Raccoon Channel 6 News is starting! There we go. Now restart my lo-fi bits, that way you guys don't get jump scared by an ad like before. Alright. So last time the side story was Archie visiting their Mom's grave. Why aren't my lo-fi beats going? There we go. And now it looks like we're continuing from there, from Archie leaving their parents' grave. After Archie's visit from the grave, they went back into the news station to get ready for reporting. When they got back, a lot of the crew were asking her about where they'd been and if they were okay. Archie replied back to them, "I'm fine, I just visited somewhere. No need to worry about me." They all felt relief and nodded as they each said they were okay and went back to their job as Archie came to their desk, ready to report today's news. As Miss Puddledunker saw Archie on her desk, she raised a thumbs up if Archie was ready, to which she replied back with a thumbs up. Miss Puddledunker nodded and ordered the camera to be made ready as she raised her paws and started the countdown. 3, 2, 1. And Raccoon News is now live. Welcome back, trash lovers and dumpster divers. It is I, Archie, ready to tell you today's news scoop for today. Archie says with her normal self. Meanwhile, in the background, the crew was relieved. And today's scoop is about me answering some questions from you, trash lovers and dumpster divers. Archie says, holding paper that's filled with questions. The first question is, Archie, are you considering joining forces with the Coyote Guards against Arya? Well, after the incident and before that, we had already joined forces with the Coyote Guards when they declared their war against me. A pointless one at that. Archie answers as they click their tongue at the last sentence as they go to the next question. Wait, what? I missed the first thing? What do you mean? The last story was the new psychic raccoon. I read that. I didn't just read that in my head, did I? I read that. Someone tell me I'm not crazy. I read that, right? After Archie's visit from the grave, they went back into the news station to get ready for reporting. I wasn't just saying that in my head, right? Oh no, I did read it. Oh my god. Thank you. I was like, am I losing it? Is that how late it's gotten? Is that how tired I am? I don't mind rereading it. Did you miss it, Zoe? I don't want you to miss stuff for clips and for the Raccoon Channel 6 news. Get out of here, Papa. But yeah, I did read it all. Were you stuck in ads? Oh, good. After Archie's visit from the grave, they went back into the news station to get ready for reporting. When they got back, a lot of the crew were asking her about where they'd been and if they were okay. Archie replied back to them, "I'm fine. I just visited somewhere. No need to worry about me." They all felt relief and nodded as they each said they were okay and went back to their job as Archie came to their desk, ready to report today's news. As Miss Puddledunker saw Archie sat on her desk, she raised a thumbs up if Archie was ready, to which she replied back with a thumbs up. Miss Puddledunker nodded and ordered the camera to be made ready as she raised her paws and started the countdown. 3, 2, 1. And Raccoon News is now live. Welcome back, trash lovers and dumpster divers. It is I, Archie, ready to tell you today's news scoop. Archie says with her normal self. Meanwhile, in the background, the crew was relieved. And today's scoop is about me answering some questions from you, trash lovers and dumpster divers. Archie says, holding paper that's filled with questions. The first question is, Archie, are you considering joining forces with the Coyote Guards against Arya? Well, after the accident, and before that, we had already joined forces with the Coyote Guards when they declared their war against me. A pointless one at that. Archie answers as they click their tongue at the last sentence as they go on to the next question. Second question. Archie, are the coyote guards arresting you as a person of interest in this case? That is correct, especially after they have taken hostages in their building, blowing it up, and injuring the creatures that have been working in the building. They answer as their brows furrow. Archie's being arrested? Goddamn. Third question. How much longer will the war go on, and do you expect any more casualties? I do not know how much longer this war will last, but we hope soon, and there will probably be more casualties the longer this continues. They answer. Their voice was quiet for a bit before continuing to answer more questions. That's what you said. Are the coyote guards arresting you as a person of interest in this case? That is correct. You said that Archie's getting arrested. I can't believe it. Casualties as in injuries. There have been no deaths so far. Wait a second. Oh, you thought it was Arya. So Arya's being arrested. Okay, scavenger Arya. Okay. All good. Are casualties referring to injuries? When you guys hear casualties, do you guys think injuries or do you guys think deaths? I think when there's casualties, I always think deaths. Am I too dramatic? Am I too dark? Oh my goodness. Fourth question. How many more must die before you consider surrendering? Archie sighs before answering the question, as they don't want any creatures to die. There won't be any death. Not now, not ever. I promise that. Archie says their paw can be seen visibly clenching at the paper. Archie sees their paw can be seen visibly clenching at the paper, crumpling it a bit before loosening a bit as they sigh once more before continuing to the next questions. Fifth question. Will Commander Roots be stepping up and leading the army against the scavengers? I do not know, trash lovers. If they did, that means something has truly got out of control. Archie answers reluctantly as they continue on. Sixth question. Will Commander Roots be posting a warrant for your arrest? What? No, Commander Roots will not be posting for my arrest anytime soon or ever without reason. Archie just answers flatly. Seventh question. Well, when are the funerals scheduled for? Will you be making an appearance? As I promised, there won't be any death possible. If there is, I will be making an appearance to show my respect. Archie answers seriously. Eighth question. What's your hair care routine? Your fur is looking amazing. Thank you, trash lover. Well, I always use Squonk's all-natural, healthy hair fur shampoo. And so many other products from them. I highly recommend buying from Squonk's, especially using our promo code RCUN_news_today to support Raccoon News. Archie answers a bit flustered by the question before they go to the next question. Casualty is a catch-all term, but it's more commonly used for deaths. Ah, okay. Ninth question. Is the Channel 6 News going to be accepting more sponsorships? Well, we are always welcoming and looking for more sponsorships, which we will use to fund many things to help the community. Archie answers, delighted to see a different question than the earlier ones as she answers. 10th question. Will Mothman be making a guest appearance to support his son's album? Oh, curious, aren't you, trash lover? Well, I can say for now, keep following Raccoon News, and you might get the answers. Archie answers, teasing the audience of Mothman's future appearance on Raccoon News. And now the last question, trash lovers, the 11th question. What other upgrades will be happening to the news station? Will other buildings also be getting a remodel soon? Well, trash lovers and dumpster divers, after the war, I can assure you there will be upgrades to the news station. And remodeling other buildings as well. Archie answers as she was about to add something but was interrupted by someone slamming the door open, making a loud slamming noise. Oh my goodness, who could this possibly be? Cryptid slams open the door, news staff turning to see her bend down quickly and turn sideways to fit her antlers through the doorway. Archie, I need you to put out a missing persons report. A missing raccoon report. Baby raccoon report. Baby raccoon is missing. She's panting after having run here, but pauses to take a breath now, seeing the cameras rolling and the crew staring at her. What? Archie was flabbergasted hearing all this as the camera now points towards Cryptid and Archie. Yes. Baby raccoon is missing. I just heard from their family. I searched all the nearby areas. We can't find him. There's not even a note on his fridge. Please, I'm sorry. Can you put out a missing raccoon report on the news? Can people call the hotline here if they hear or see him? Cryptid is bent down nearly in half to be closer to eye level with Archie's raccoon frame. Archie is panicking as well with Cryptid, as Archie looks at the camera and asks their audience for help. Well, trash lovers and dumpster divers, we need your help for finding Baby Raccoon, for Commander Roots, and for Cryptid, Archie shouted, using Commander Roots as motivation for their audience to find Baby Raccoon. Encrypted, there's no problem with asking me for help. You are my boss, and also part of my family as well. So don't worry about it, Archie reassures Cryptid. Thank you, and yes, thank you all, Cryptid says, turning awkwardly towards the camera now and standing upright. The camera is now pointed at her midsection instead of her face, her upper half out of frame. Please, if any of you see or know anything about Baby Raccoon, feel free to call into the news station. We really want to make sure he comes back safe. Here, Commander Roots made the missing flyer for him already, in case any of you don't know what he looks like. Cryptid quickly fumbles with unfolding the missing poster and holds it up to the camera lens. Look, it's right here. It's right here. Here you go. Thank you, Cryptid. That will be a big help, Archie says, seeing the missing poster was ready with Baby Raccoon's photo already on it as they continue. And don't worry, we will find him, and I'll call an expert on finding Baby Raccoon, Archie says to Cryptid as they snap their fingers, calling a raccoon out as Messy Mervin appears. You know the drill, Mervin. We are counting on you, Archie says to Mervin. They nod and replied. Fuck, what was Messy Mervin's voice? What was Messy Mervin's voice? Do you guys remember? Oh no. Don't worry, Archie. Messy Mervin is on the case, they say before leaving. That's probably not as... It was the nerd? The voices. It was nasally. Don't worry, Archie. Messy Mervin is on the case, they say before leaving. After a few minutes, when everything calms down, Archie looks at the camera and announces the end of Raccoon News for today. Well, this is it for today, trash lovers and dumpster divers. There won't be any trash can of fate for a while, so I'm sorry. We will be compensating it for future winners for multiple winners in the future, so bye, everyone, Archie says to the audience as they wave goodbye. The Raccoon News Channel ends. I'm gonna play it again because I like it. This is the outro. That's right. That's right. And that's it. That's it for right now. Oh my goodness, everyone, what do you guys think? We have some hints, some foreshadowing, some details about the ongoing civil war between Archie and Arya the Scavenger. But more importantly, more is baby Raccoon's missing. Baby Raccoon's missing. Have any of you guys? Oh my god, my lo-fi beats. Fuck. It's fine. We don't need lo-fi beats. It's fine. It's a peak. What do you guys think of have any of you guys seen Baby Raccoon? When was the last time you guys saw Baby Raccoon? Right, that's what everyone else wants to know. Where do you guys think Baby Raccoon will turn up? Do you guys have any things about how your raccoon sonas or your possums or coyotes or anything like that? How would your characters react to seeing this on the news, hearing Baby Raccoon is now missing? Well, how would your characters respond? Would you guys be looking for Baby Raccoon? That's the question over here. Let me see, where's my lo-fi, which is oh, here we go. I've turned it off a bit. I don't think you guys can hear it. You guys are fine. You guys can't hear the ads. Here we go. There's the lo-fi back. I bring the lo-fi back. But honestly, yeah, I'm super excited. What a fun little bit to have happened just for me. Yeeting Baby Raccoon and saying now Baby Raccoon's missing. So this'll be right here. Can't believe Arya's responsible for Baby Raccoon being missing. Now we'll turn Baby Raccoon into a piano. Your character would, yeah. Peak, let me tell you how much I've come to love your posts since I began to live. They're 387.44 million miles. I would not equal the one billionth of the peak you coded at this micro instant peak. We have a huge fan over here. This is great. Every news station needs a fan to help keep it going, keep everything moving on. We gotta tell the news to somebody. This is really exciting. This is a fun little development here. And Baby Raccoon being gone. You didn't get to see? You didn't get to see what? What didn't you get to see? Everything's just did you want to see the poster? I can blow it up again. See, everyone remember what Baby Raccoon looks like? I know no one ever really paid attention. It's fine. Baby Raccoon is just he's mostly round. So if you've seen a round object that's cute, then congrats, that's Baby Raccoon. But here's Baby Raccoon, and look, it's put on a missing poster made by Commander Roots. So yeah, Commander Roots did not make Baby Raccoon. That's an asset. But they did make it as a little flyer. They put it on the missing flyer. There you go. Now you got to see the missing poster of Baby Raccoon, and now it goes back on my fridge. Arya the Scavenger would probably like how it'll distract the public from her and what she could be planning. She's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I had the idea, I'm like, oh, what if since Arya the Scavenger's been doing all this crazy stuff, right? All these the blowing up the Coyote Guard station, right? What if Baby Raccoon stays missing, people start assuming that Arya the Scavenger is the one who kidnapped Baby Raccoon. And people start blaming Arya the Scavenger for that, maybe turning the public against Arya a little bit. And then maybe Cryptid has to come in and be like, okay, I don't know what this fight's going on over here, but I gotta bring Archie over here, I gotta bring Arya over here, we need to talk it out, because we need to find Baby Raccoon. You know what I mean? We need to put our differences aside for Baby Raccoon. He's very round, he's very small, we need to work together to find him. Look at him, he can't be out on his own, he doesn't have enough brain cells for that. He is mentally an indoor cat. Okay, he can't survive in a harsh winter in Florida. A harsh Florida winter. He won't make it. You're still talking about some of your characters, Callie. Yeah. Crazy characters. Our characters are always so interesting, aren't they? Right? It's kind of the wonky stuff we can make characters do. I'm gonna get this set up. Let's me go back here and put. There we go. There we go. Back to the Weave screen. Everyone, all hail the Weave screen. FYI, even though in real life Arya was responsible, Marxist Arya the Scavenger has nothing to do with it. I know it's kind of the bit, right? Like obviously here on the screen, right? I yeeted baby Raccoon. He's still orbiting the planet. He's still traveling around the planet. But in the lore, in the Cryptid Roots world, right? And in the lore, he's gone missing. We don't know what's happened to him. Cryptid's worried. We don't know what happened to baby Raccoon. I need to place this fucking poster perfectly again. That's good. Is it too high up? That looks off. That looks better. All hail the Weave screen. All hail. Let's let everyone pay your respects to the Weave screen. But otherwise, I'm so excited. What a fun little idea. I was trying so hard to be sneaky about it. Do you guys want to know? So the day before, after I in the VOD, right, in Twitch chat, I yeeted baby Raccoon, right? I was over there, I was being sneaky, I was messaging people, I was telling Hide and Heart, I was like, he, I'm gonna have Roots make a missing poster for baby Raccoon, and I'm gonna disable text-to-speech, that way you guys would all, like, cry and wonder what happened to baby Raccoon, right? I was being all devious and sneaky and going, hee haha. But then the next day, during the off day, during the non-streamy day, I was telling Roots about it, and I was like, wait, what if we let Zoe know about this? What if it's part of the Raccoon lore stuff? We should, because it was going to be a surprise to all of you, and then I was like, no, we need to rope Zoe into this in case they want to do anything for it. But the big thing was, I was like, shh, don't tell anyone else, this is a secret. Because I wanted you guys to have the thing of, like, just opening up stream and being like, wait a second, why is baby Raccoon missing? So it was a secret. He knows everything because he's thousands of years old. Wow, it's really good that you know your character so well. Oh, he's in orbit? If baby Raccoon survives, that'll be one hell of a durability feat. Maybe Scavenger Aura could use something like that. In Cryptid Roots world lore, baby Raccoon does not get eaten. Cryptid does not eat baby Raccoon. Here in stream version, yeah, I eat baby Raccoon sometimes, and he orbits the planet, or he orbits the moon and comes back. Or I kick him across Costco and back. Whatever works. But in Cryptid Roots universe, no, I really like baby Raccoon. He's a sweetheart, and I like babysitting him, and his family really misses him. She's trying to cover her tracks. So if you guys have any information about baby Raccoon, about what your characters can do to help, if there's any places you want to investigate, if you guys want to go up to the Raccoon Channel 6 news station and offer to help, you guys should go into the Discord and the Raccoon News assignment desk and talk with Zoe and Arya and see what your characters can do. See what fun plot things, see what things you can investigate, what places you can explore, what other characters you'll meet. What do you guys want to do during the missing baby Raccoon arc? I can't believe we have 2 different arcs ongoing right now. How much Channel 6 News has expanded. It felt so mind-blowing just having the Civil War arc, and now we have 2 arcs. We have the Civil War arc and the missing baby Raccoon arc. Oh my goodness, see, it's getting so fancy. And we have an asset. See, we have a missing poster that was even used in the news. We're getting so fancy. I just moved this and now I had to move it back. Oh my god, why do I do this to myself? Let me start smaller. Why do I do this to myself? It's too small. Yeah. No. Hold on. I'm focusing. This takes 100% concentration. Oh no, it's still not right. No. Okay, I had the right thing. I had the right thing. We're gonna nail it. We're gonna perfect. Once I get this, I'm gonna stop moving it around. Yeah, I think that looks good. Excuse me, I got plans for after the Civil War arc. You have been roped into the plans. On maybe the new plan could be on non-streaming days. So I stream every other day for everyone else new coming in, hanging out with us. I stream every other day here on Twitch. Maybe the non-streaming days we can yap in Discord in the assignment desk, and I'll try to focus more on that and be more involved. That way we can get all the stories done and prepped in time. Because I was sweating over here trying to write stuff off the cuff. Oh my goodness. Grandma would be like, what if I just transformed into the baby raccoon? Then everyone will be happy again. That's so messed up. Oh my goodness. Oh, but otherwise, it is almost 1:30 a.m. in local cryptid time, and I am a sleepy cryptid. We got a couple stories done. We did 3 critiques and one of the longest Raccoon Channel 6 news. Right? That's a lot done. That's a lot done before 2 a.m. for local cryptid time. So I think I'll leave it here. But yeah, also if you guys didn't check the Weeb screen, look at that. One of the VOD videos, but that only like a handful of people ever watch, right? Not too many. It's just a quiet little channel. But one of the VOD videos has actually gotten over 100 views on YouTube. That's so exciting. We don't really get a couple 100 views of the VODs here on Twitch, but for YouTube, we have not gotten that kind of viewership on the VOD channel. I've gotten that on the main Cryptid Roots channel for the shorts, where we can get like a couple hundred, a couple thousand. But for the VODs channel, that was a lot. That was crazy. So I'm really excited about that. I'm like, people are watching the game and stuff. But it kind of goes to show you the different markets over there. You know, like here it was the library archive cleaning it up video. That was what got over 100 views. Here, this is just a casual hangout one, right? It didn't do anything like too crazy number wise. We were just hanging out and yapping. But on YouTube, where that was the more popular video, and then the writing critique videos aren't as popular. Here on Twitch, the writing critiques are the popular videos, but the gaming ones aren't. So it just shows completely different target audiences, different markets. So that's really interesting. I'm writing notes down. I'm writing notes in my little businessy notebook over here. I have my human notebook, my human notes notebook, field journal, and I have my businessy notebook, and I'm writing down my business stuff. But anyway, that's enough of me yapping. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope you guys are comfy and cozy. I hope you guys have good dreams, and I hope I'll see you guys next stream. Where we'll continue the critique, and if someone will remind me, I'll also type up my old college story with the correct ending to celebrate 300 followers, and you guys can critique my work if that would be something of interest. Until then, goodbye!